Anyway, welcome everybody to session 104 of Forgotten Genesis, the 6-year campaign anniversary, as of exactly today.
Woo!
As far as the session questions, I feel confident that I've gone through most of, if not all of this list, so we're going to go ahead and go through a custom one this round. With that in mind, you see here, I'm not going to go by order of cameras, but by order of list in the voice chat, just to make things simpler in that way, because that's listed alphabetically. We're going to go ahead and start with Angel.
Okay. What's the question?
What would be the minimum conditions that Angel would have to encounter to stop a panic attack?
Apparently 55.
I don't understand the question.
What's the most basic thing Angel would have to do to stop a panic attack?
I don't have experience willing a panic attack to stop. It only just, like, passes naturally for me. So,
Well, we'll get to Avery's answer later, but allowing it to pass is also just a valid answer.
Oh, okay.
Angel would probably have to... She goes and hides in closets. That's her jam.
What would Blue have to do to stop a panic attack?
She'd have to kill someone with her fists.
And what would Violet have to do to stop a panic attack?
Let's not get Blue pissed off or panicked. Let's not panic Blue.
She only knows fists. Let's see. Violet only knows yelling. So Violet would probably start to yell and then fluff up into a dog after getting angry, and then basically go and find a place to curl up in a ball and leave everybody alone. It'd be a 3-part reaction.
Okay. What would Avery have to do to stop a panic attack? As you've mentioned, probably just wait it out, right?
You would probably wait it out, but the presence of a loved one can help, and that's assuming they aren't a source of the anxiety at the time.
Okay. Wait it out, otherwise seeking comfort through ICO. Valid answer. For Piper.
Okay, what?
How would Piper try to end a panic attack?
I'm not panicking and just keep going and flying by the seat of her pants. Until one day she just explodes underwater. Why underwater? No idea.
She's gonna make an island, that's why.
How would Bruce stop a panic attack?
Cuddle pile with his kids and wife.
Valid.
Both adopted and normal. Regular.
How would Venestra stop a panic attack?
Venestra said she doesn't get such really. so I guess focusing on resolving whatever is causing such issues.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to attack whatever the problem was directly. All right.
And before I start making jokes about Angel hiding in closets, it's because her dad taught her to do that.
Everybody had fairly distinct answers from each other, which means I think that this at least has been one of the more varied answers to the roleplay questions, which is a good thing. Everybody gets their inspiration die for that. And now for recaps of last week's session.
We decided to go and do things. As we found out that the communist ministers had given us some time off, we decided to accidentally follow a giant thread, and that didn't work out very well. It turned out being a simulacra of trying to torture 𝕲𝖊𝖓. All we needed was an explosion in the shadow lab. So whatever this is.
Yeah.
So we released a giant. We released a beholder on whatever's in that lake, though. It's not going to survive very long. That's Angel's recap, considering she's furious.
Yeah. I believe Violet generally didn't do much last session, unless I'm incorrect.
She watched kind of what was going on. She went with everybody, but she was just like, this is Violet's, we decided to do some crazy shit and nothing really worked out, so we're back here. We were trying to kill a guy who basically had a bunch of 𝕲𝖊𝖓 captured, and that didn't go very well, so...
Yeah.
We're not really going to talk about it. We're going to go get some drinks, and I can't really drink, so I'm going to get some milk and cookies and pray that I don't want to scream and kill someone.
Getting into Avery's recap of last week's events.
I don't have a recap. All I have is this note on strengthened psychic ley lines, and it's what it does.
You're also going to try to find your dad with your find dad spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Into Piper's recap then.
Piper essentially did triage the entire time. That's about it.
Yeah.
She's whipping all of her maggots into shape. Maggots?
I had to tug of war to dude's leg.
Yeah. And then to get into Vanistra's recap as well, y'all decided to hunt down the first changeling slaver, who was also a changeling who tortures 𝕲𝖓𝖓. Ended up turning him into a goldfish, turned out to be a simulacrum. Amira did collect those simulacrum remains for scrying usage. Angel is quite upset, as it is a threat to her kids. Also sent a rather long list of ideas and questions that do need answering sometime. Goodness, was a lot of writing and ideas. Fair. Yes, which also, let me go ahead and get rid of the pre-stream music.
It'll be on camera momentarily. Just let me finish glazing, and I'd like to at least finish. I'd like to finish 2 pieces, but I'm only probably gonna get 1.
But yes, you guys did decide to, during kind of a momentary cool down after the sudden launching of the war in the session prior, decide to try and cut some threads, or at least clean off some of the pile of things on your plate, wanting to go after one of the listed entries in Trenton Howler's old ledger, in 𝕲𝖃, the most commonly listed name in both his ledgers and his mother's, dating back a far longer time than would be natural for most living creatures. As such, you all did land on some research and the conclusion that 𝕲𝖃 was, in fact, the father of the changeling flesh trade.
Ew.
And so, using some scrapings of his blood, which were used to sign his name in both ledgers, used the blood map to try and track down where he was, found him hovering over the equivalent location to Lake Olin in the Shadowfell. Decided to, with the use of time mushrooms, accelerate Fenestra's walk ability to go there. Managed to catch him off guard. Managed to, what's the word I'm looking for? Transmute? No. Transmogrify? No.
It's transmorphic. No, it's
Vinestra said transform.
Yeah, transform him into a goldfish and also strip him of the 5 𝕲𝖃 that were there. There we go, thank you. Polymorph him into a goldfish, stripping him of the 5 𝕲𝖃 that were effectively feeding him and feeding his magical impulses for however long he was alive, as he did register as some variety of undead. Now, it was after turning him into a goldfish and Nick trying to have some level of bonding moment with Avery, wanting to rip the goldfish in half. As such, it fell into a small tuft of snow, revealing itself to be a simulacrum of the true 𝕲𝖃.
Was received by players in mixed fashion.
Yes. As something like that, I feel naturally would be. Because, thought you were finishing the quest and the dude was gone already for a while. As such, 2 things did drop from the simulacrum as it was ripped apart, drop from the simulacrum as it was turned into a goldfish, a set of robes, and an orb. And it is there, currently in that living room, wherever it is you guys happen to be, right after that fish has been ripped in half, that you currently stand. I'm forgetting the specifics of what room it was because my brain was. I've been in a.
I also almost died last time.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
I've been in a conflicted state for about a week, but I digress. Oh yes, Avery did also get necrotically nuked by...
Vinestra said Avery had the big suck happen to his body.
Yes.
Not the good one either.
I remember, I'm still kind of gaunt. Yeah, I'm still at 90.
No,
you recovered a decent bit of your health. You look like you need a sandwich, but you're not,
No, you got healed points.
You're not as bad.
You got healed.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fucking raisin anymore, but I'm not healthy by any stretch of the imagination.
He ended up looking drier than a desert.
Kind of already was his problem.
We heal him for all of his health points, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You were given some additional healing on top of that, with between healing spells and a couple of potions. I think you're at least close to full, if I recall.
Yeah, I think. I don't think. Unless I forgot to apply some, because I thought it brought me from like 1 or 2 down to, or up to the 93 that I'm at right now.
93. Okay, out of what's your total?
213.
Well, you're halfway there. You tried.
Exactly.
Try real hard.
Whoa, living on a prayer.
That's what I'm saying. I'm still only like half full, so I'm feeling a little gaunt. Like
Yeah.
cheeks
I'm
are
sorry.
sunken in.
Wait,
I'm
didn't
sorry.
you go to Piper so I could fix that?
Yeah, he was supposed to go to Piper
Sure.
at the
I'll
end of
do
the
that.
session.
Yeah, Piper is handling triage with some of the refugees that you guys gathered, so easy enough to head over to Piper.
I need that frosted lemon again.
Yeah. Piper, you see a run pallid with spots, with sort of splotches of blackened skin, Avery wander his ass into your triage center.
Hold on.
Waddle, waddle.
For that. Hold on. Shit.
Waddle, 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 waddle. Till the very next day. Bum, bum,
Piper,
bum, bum,
do you have
bum.
any grapes?
It was great.
I didn't
No,
know
all
you
we
were
have
a,
is a lemonade stand.
I didn't realize you were a
Should follow
fucking
me.
duck. Okay, so I'm gonna channel divinity, preserve life, add 52 times because it does not say how many times I can do that. So I'm gonna use it twice.
Okay, so pumping another 52 HP in there?
No, that would make it 100.
Oh, 104. Okay.
No,
104
it's
addition.
50 points, but I'm doing it twice.
So for a total of
100.
yeah, okay. You get 100
HP.
100 HP added to your total.
93. So that's 193. Much better. Not full, but much better.
And then tosses you a good berry. Eat that.
The good berry will give you an
does
additional
eating
1
food
HP.
give any? Okay, 1 HP. Okay.
Yes, but he will be
Good
full.
berry is also enough sustenance by itself to cover you
Wait
on
a
food
minute.
for a whole day.
I feel like I have one baked goodberry medley muffin that's functionally a potion of superior healing.
How long have you had that?
It is.
I don't know. I feel like that was something we got.
It's time to go take the kids to clean.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me an 8d4 plus 8, and then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Can I roll a history check first? See if I can remember where this came from, how old it is.
It's
We
been
thought of him.
a little bit.
Okay, what did you tell me to roll?
8d4 plus 8.
4 plus 8. Okay, that's gonna be easier to do on Discord. I don't even know. These work.
Kazuma, Avery said. Roll 8d4 plus 8.
And it didn't announce the actual result. 33.
Okay, 33. Go ahead and give me that Constitution saving throw.
This feels like that moment in Cyberpunk when Pan Am takes the air pipe and says, expired. Fuck it.
Damn.
Kinda.
11 plus Constitution save. Okay, that's not bad. 22.
22. So upon biting into the muffin, first of all, you're immediately met by sort of that rush of sweetness from the good berry, which is great, as it also immediately combats the almost chalky mustiness of a very clearly well past stale baked good entering your body. And you are basically spending that time kind of mentally overpowering. This is for healing. This is for healing. I won't regret this 4 hours from now over the chamber pot. This is going to be fine. With a 22, you feel confident that possibly part of the healing effects from the muffin itself are also helping steel your stomach against the negative effects of any other, let's say, less than preserved elements of what you've just consumed.
So how much healing does it give me?
The 33.
Oh, that was what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh, I'm full. Yeah. 33 is past full, so 213. And remove that from my inventory.
As such, Griffin does wander his way into the rest of the lot of you as Avery, maybe make your way back or maybe chill there for a moment. Whatever you happen to be doing. Are you making your way back or chilling?
I'm gonna go look for a snack. Of good snack. It's not... Get this stale bread taste out of my mouth.
I
Moldy
found
taste
this
out of-
Hostess packet at the back shelf at the 7-Eleven, and it says it's dated 1972, but it's fine.
I found this thing in my car. You know, it's been there for like a couple weeks, but I think
Twinkies
it's
are
okay.
immortal, right? They're always this crunchy.
Shut up, Joe.
I
It's
mean,
so
the
bad.
one in Wally still had its cream and everything. It looked fluffy enough.
The forbidden sponge cake. But anyway, as you all kind of make your way back to sort of that central room for congregation, and you do manage to find some reasonable food. I mean, there's kids kind of squirreling away candy and pastries and things, and it's easy enough to kind of make your way back toward the kitchen where they're trying to get them from, and for the most part being stopped by their older siblings. You are not among the sibling population, and you can take it if you want. Best you can tell, it's most likely a hazelnut roll based on the smell.
Chocolate hazelnut roll. Chocolate hazelnut roll. Chocolate hazelnut roll.
Oh, wait, there's a roll, a chocolate hazelnut roll, from what I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I zoned out for like 5 seconds and I missed them. Damn it.
Like
But, okay,
what's
got
up?
it. I looked around, found the roll.
Yeah, you are easily granted one of those as you make your way through a sea of children who are trying to get a hold of them and being blocked by their older siblings. Before making your way back to kind of where everybody else is gathered, as Griffin does also walk in. You all look a little fucking dejected.
As I take the roll and walk out, I head pat a few of the kids on my way out.
And you are met with a number of jealously blown raspberries in the process. And you are also able to hold it just out of the way of them being able to snatch it by virtue of the fact that they are short and small and young, and you are not.
Well, short and small, maybe, but I can also just, like, stretch my legs Jake the Dog style, so...
Also true, although you are limited in your ability to do that compared to Jake the Dog. To be fair.
I can only be, I think, size large is my biggest...
I believe with the way the changeling operates, normally you don't technically grow in a size category, but you're able to jump up like a foot or shrink down by a foot.
Oh. Well, that's all I need to get above some children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
I'm curious.
And I believe... Okay, yeah, now I'm remembering. Okay, so back in the... impromptu war room in the basement greenhouse in the Evergreen Estate. Griffin wanders in. You all look a little fucking dejected. What the fuck happened?
Slaver got away.
The who to what now got away?
The slaver got away. The first changeling slaver ever got away.
First changeling slaver got away.
Yeah, the one who ate the Layborn alive like they were freaking fricasseed. Some Hannibal Lecter bullshit.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, you know, Angel is cussing. This is not a good moment.
Okay, first of all, we are out of the prying eyes of a massive conflict. You need some TLC. That much is obvious. You all look like you need some TLC. I'm going to go ahead and look into this. Do you have a name? Do you have anything of his?
She hands him all of the information she has. kind of spilling it all mentally because she doesn't have any more room in her head right now.
Okay, I'm gonna look into this. You give me a day or two, right? You guys take a day to relax and actually take the day to relax. Talk to some family, talk to some friends. Express your soul, not your stress. Okay?
Angel is kind of just numb. You can tell
He
she's
kneels
like
down.
gone.
Kneels down, puts his hand on the side of her head. Look at me.
She looks at him very upset.
You and Nick have hunted in the Underdark, right?
Yes.
Corey gets away. Are they gone forever?
No.
Can you catch the fucker on another day?
Yes.
Do you think that would be the smart move right now?
Yes. What's up, Amo?
We're back.
Okay.
Brought back some pizza.
Okay. Thank you, Amo.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute. So,
All out war just broke out. You all have a bunch of other plates you're balancing. Take a minute. Evaluate what plates you want to hand off to some other people, because you have some other people you can hand them off to. And take some time, legitimately, for yourselves. Other people are bleeding for their own virtues and their own righteousness. Take advantage of that to re-center yourselves. I've been alive for a fuck-off long time. I knew what it was like to want to rush off into every conflict, to jump into every fight because it was right there, and it needed to get done. I had to learn the value of taking a moment, a long moment, to step back and reevaluate. That goes for you, Sue. That goes for you, Avery. You look a little bit like shit, a little bit less, though. You look a little scuffed up. That goes for probably Piper in the back, taking care of triage. She's overwhelming herself with that. We have other people trained in that kind of shit. That goes for you, Vanestra, big old lady. Being trigger happy and wanting to get rid of the problems as aggressively and as fast as you can is great, but you will spread yourself thin. Everybody else is going to spread themselves thin doing that. Take a couple of days.
What do I need to patch up? I'm feeling good now.
I mean, yeah, but I can still see some of it. Oh, wait, no, that's just your fucking disease. Okay. Look, there's a...
Yeah, 'cause remember that muffin brought me back to full health.
Right, so it's a very slight difference in the way necrotic damage looks and whatever the fuck you got going on.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You all need to take a minute and you need to discuss among each other how exactly you're going to take your break. Because I think you guys need to be on the same page, because everybody wanting to go on fights and then other people wanting to stick around and calm down. I don't see group unity here when you all are supposed to be helping each other.
there's a point where I'm letting you know Angel snorts, and it's Griffin understanding that she's tried.
I understand that. I understand you've tried. And you making the point when you are the one that's provided the resources and you are the one that's provided the position of leadership here, when you fuckers have failed to listen, reevaluate. The reason you all have fuck off money is because of that tiny person right there. Figure out how you want to spend it to pamper yourselves, but get on the same fucking page. Which is to say just as well, respect isn't a forced thing, but given that she fills your wallets, I see one of you undermine her again in front of one of her lieutenants or commanders. I'll come in here and I'll aid you until you're geriatric. Chronomancy's a motherfucker.
I love my brother.
Have you ever tried like brewing wine, I feel like you'd have a knack for it.
There's a very fine line between it being wine and vinegar when you're using spell work because of how fast it happens.
You should ask his and then Andrew kind of thinks over to Avery. You should ask his girlfriend. She makes better wine.
She's got a better taste for it. Either way, speaking of which, I'm gonna go fuck her. I'll be right back.
Have fun.
He just kicks some ass for somebody who basically.
He stops right at the door. Do not take my statement of wanting to go engage in extracurricular activities in any way to lessen the speech I just gave.
Yes, sir.
Because it seems like this faction of 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖊𝖓 really only seems to apply to two people, and I feel like there needs to be something to go ahead and reintegrate it as a group faction for you people, especially if you all are working together. Have a come into Jesus moment, even though one of you are really the only one that worships the guy anymore.
I'm not the only one who looks over at Griffin.
I'm talking the royal use, thereby excluding me in the conversation, okay? I'm not part of this conversation. That's why I only mentioned you. We're getting into semantics here.
You are part of the faction.
Now, when Piper seems like the line of chaotic people have cleared up, someone procure her. You all get on the same page. Translation for the DM: when she's done wrangling her children.
Candace's gonna look over Nicodemus, absolutely wiped.
Do I need to drag a fucking couch down here? This is a musty-ass basement.
No. This basement needs cleaning. She pulls out her two cleaning, like, little mini mechanical things that Tavinius gave her and gets him to work.
Yeah, your magic Roombas Tavinius gave you.
Yeah. They just cast prestidigitation over and over again.
And for respect to the person that actually owns this house, don't ask to decorate it until you ask her. And I'm sure that might be something that might be worth the actual granddaughter going to do. Because this is... I can smell mildew down here.
Mm.
It's been a long couple of days. The world is at war. Officially. And the faction has been dubbed the High Sun Coalition. I'm still trying to evaluate that. Sunrise Rebellion. We're in shit's gone sideways part 2. So I gotta figure out where I fit in that too. Either way, you all take some time to relax. I'll take care of logistics.
I'm letting you know she looks over at Griffin and she says, "You are a general and you're gonna have to get over that."
I am a general.
You know,
I'm an 11,000 plus year old general because I stopped counting after 11,000. I've been alive for a fucking while.
11,376.
It's like telling the person in their 30s they look 60. Don't talk about it.
What? You're just like, you're not gonna age ever.
Not the point. I gotta get to work. You all find a reasonable way to deprive yourselves of it. For the love of the gods.
Indo's gonna look over at Nicodemus.
No, I'm not fucking you down here.
I didn't ask.
Not without at least a curtain to cover us up.
I didn't ask.
You're giving me a look.
I'm giving you a look, so I want uppies.
Oh, uppies into my arms or into the backpack?
Uppies into the arms, not the backpack. Don't mean...
Into the arms, then.
She looks over at Aber. I am voting that we spend an entire day in Mercast and get pampered. Because I have had a shit day.
You're putting.
Welcome to Clementica. I'm gonna go to a sauna and get naked.
Wow. Okay.
And spend an entire day with my kids. Fuck this shit.
𝕲𝖓 said 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 to collect the items that were dropped by the fish for usage later using Mage Hand.
I'm letting you know I gave Griffin at least some of that.
Okay, again, that character dropped 2 notable items. It was an orb and it was a set of robes. So which thing did you give Griffin?
I'm
Which
giving
thing are
him
you
the
guys gonna take
scrying
him?
item.
Okay.
Because I need him to be able to find that guy. Because I've had this quest for forever, and his angels are pissed off now.
He also would have had bodily parts from the simulacrum.
Mostly just sort of that small tuft of snow, because again, you guys did wait long enough for the effect to be permanent on the goldfish. So it is just that little bit of snow that was left behind by the fish of that size.
I also give him the skin from the book so he can use it.
Which you will look into. Now, to go ahead and simplify things, I'm going to go ahead and roll for him. Right now, that said, it's still going to take him 2 days to go ahead and get, at the very least, a plan of action set up.
Okay. Sorry, I'm currently making what is supposed to be like a Howl's Moving Castle like themed thing. I'm sorry it's taking me so long, Rhythm.
He didn't roll super great, but considering who he's going against, that makes sense.
Hey, Joe.
Yep.
Sorry this is taking so long, but I have to finish this piece. This got a lot of little crevices.
No, understood.
𝕲𝖓 said, OOC, are we doing a cooldown session this week as well?
We might have to. We didn't do one last week.
The intention was to do one last week, which was then promptly pivoted towards something a lot less cooldowny. So that I believe is the intention now for this week.
We might do some delegate meeting because Angel's going to go over to the castle. Well, Violet looks over at oh my god, his name escapes me.
Halcyon?
Yes, good lord. I would like to spend a day with my gran baking cookies or something of the sort. I just want something homey.
Something homey.
I want to
Sure.
feel like an actual person, not a dragon about to give birth.
Yeah, who wants to bake cookies then? Because we can make this a thing.
He's gonna go and invite a delegate to meet her in the cast. I would like to stay here. But she looks over at Angel. Angel, yes, bring me back the supplies that I'm going to give you a note for.
Hold on. Could you not have the delegate meet you here? Sorry to echo your brother's advice, but it seems like you're still trying to spread yourself out.
I would like to go sit in a sauna and drink and have godweed.
Do we want to invite your grandmother and grandfather to Mercast then? Because I feel like I feel tempted to keep an eye on the short one.
Well, I wouldn't hate that, but I don't know if she can leave here and leave this place event. Oh, well, we can do it for like a day or half a day and then come and spend some actual one-on-one time with my gran. I don't want to spend time with everyone else all the time. Right now, I want to spend time with my gran. I mean, I haven't gone to see them or spend time with them, or I don't know any of their, like, inside jokes. That's kind of frustrating for me.
Right, which is why I'm suggesting inviting them out in the interest of us not spreading out too thin.
We're not spending the night there. We're coming back here.
Yes, we are.
But Angel did have a delegate want to meet her outside of Marquette, so... And they're going to be meeting them at the castle, so we're going to be doing that first thing for her. And I wouldn't say no to a good soak, but I don't know if the Brit will mess up my pregnancy, but because I'm a dragon, I think it'll fine.
I don't think a good soak would mess up anything.
Well, I mean, most women can't go into a sauna. This type of thing.
Then let's go.
You want to go, Avery? We're going to go sit in some hot water and smoke weed.
And you, Venestra, big lady, are you down for that?
Avery's gonna wait to see what the other person that was asked says, because he's on the fence.
Taking a minute to toke up and settle down.
I live in a state where it's legal, it's fine. I can say it on stream.
Venestra said, I'm going to do my own thing for now.
Yeah, I should probably do some work on Aegis while I have the downtime.
Right then. All right.
I don't think they understood the assignment.
Hey, it's relaxing for me.
There was another thing that was up in that assignment. Plus, you could get some more stuff from Tinius. You came with us. But if you don't want a free ride into Tinius' shop, it's up to you.
What's Divinius?
The guy who basically runs the campus.
Tavenius is the mage owner and runner of the magic shop, the Insurmountable Incantus in Merkest.
And he makes a lot of the stuff that you're talking about.
The stuff I'm talking about?
Joe, please. I'm trying to paint crevices.
Mechanized things.
Oh. Oh. Yeah,
Venestra said, would he have gotten new stock within less than a week?
Yes.
To an extent, yes.
He's one of the only one that has the ability to go between the dragon realm and here and basically free walk however he wants all over the place. And she looks over at Piccolo. You bring Piper to the sauna after you're done.
Could totally do that.
I'm gonna go see God inside of the hot tub.
All right. As far as those magic items, Venestra, I don't have an issue with those. Those seem balanced well enough. And those are all for other people, so.
Hey, could you send me some of those magical items? I have a friend that was asking for some magical item ideas for a friend of hers.
Ooh, did you find a new friend?
A work friend.
Venestra said sure.
All right. So, while there's going to be mostly roleplay planned out for mostly probably Angel and Piper here, going into Merkest, I'm also going to go ahead and break down a specific list of options for just straight up downtime activities that you guys can take otherwise. This can even also be done alongside the roleplay here. First of all, buying a magic item can be done as a non-roleplay involved downtime activity. Carousing can also be done as a downtime activity that basically just means, going and relaxing just as a non-roleplay version of that. Going to a tavern and relaxing with, oh, hey, generic drinking buddy. You can spend time crafting an item. You can spend time doing crime. If you feel inclined, you can spend time gambling. You can spend some of that downtime doing a fight pit. Doing something in a fight pit to go ahead and engage in some competitive combat. Straight up relaxation, that's an option as well. You can also do religious service, should you feel inclined, and Merkest is, of course, the town specifically for that, given that the gods are around. You can take some time doing research. You can scribe a spell into a scroll. You can sell a magical item. You can train. This can involve trading a skill, trading a tool, training. You can spend time training. You can spend time training a skill, training a tool, training a feat as well. Although feats specifically are going to have to be trained from someone else who already knows that feat. Just as well, you can also spend time working. If you have a listed occupation for your character that they previously had, you can re-engage in that job during this downtime and a little bit of coin.
Angela is going to take her claws up at some point.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what the next step for Aegis is. I know he's incomplete, and I know that like eventually I want to have like the forms that he can take, and the chain sword needs to be completed. That's probably the next step, is the chain sword.
Yeah.
You could talk to Tavinius about it. Tavinius will probably come up with something. He forged Angel up around for her birthday.
I think I already have the plans drawn out for it. I think that was something I chose to do in an earlier resting time. So I should just be able to show it to him to get the materials I need.
Yeah, effectively.
And you also still have the medals from Angel, but she's basically gotten her stuff that you haven't asked for, so you just need to ask for it.
All right, so it seems like for a good chunk of the party, the plan is to go ahead and tree stride through the Silverwood over to the city of Merkest in the country of 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖊𝖓, which means you guys are...
Violet did offer it to her grandmother and grandfather, considering it was a city of gods, so they can go for like a day. Come back for dinner.
And they are happily going. A kidding leaving basically what is considered their established region does not diminish the place unless they die, right? So it is still protected, although that is the only place that can be considered the Kirin's lair. They can only really have one at a given time.
Yeah, they have to change it they have to refresh that spell every week. That's what it says on the thing.
Yep. But no, we're definitely kind of well within that sort of protected timing.
So yeah. Angel looks over at Nicodemus.
Let me go ahead and find a track for some gentle rain. Nick happily carries you because in Request it's always kind of softly raining. Let me see here. It's sort of soft, light, warm spring rain that's effectively always going. So,
we're also going to be meeting at least 3 different delegates from 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 there.
yes, remind
Outside
me
of
which
Mercury?
ones, because my brain has been kind of fucked for the last week.
We're going to be meeting some people from 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 because they were invited.
Right.
We're going to. You didn't tell me who was going to be meeting me. I was just going to try to reach out that direction, see if anybody would show up. The guy from Sunsmith is supposed to meet us there. He was given a teleportation circle. Simmercast.
Gotcha.
Or teleportation scroll to Mercast.
Mm-hmm.
That way he could see his niece.
Okay. And I believe that Sunsmith guy was specifically the vampire dude, am I correct?
No, the Sunsmith dude is the one that's the drinky guy, the one that owns that the
right. No, the brewmaster.
Yes, the Baron guy.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. I have the notes on the guy here somewhere. Let me see. Because I know I wrote these ones down digitally, I believe.
You did, I think.
Gonna scroll up a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah. Baron 𝕲𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓. Baron of the Sunsmith Yellow Orchard Ale.
It'll take us right outside the violet shovel.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up the 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓 map here. Because let's see, there's the Banagal delegates. There's Baron 𝕲𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓, which that's not really a military meeting as much as it is a commerce one. But he may still have some strings he can pull.
Well, it's more or less. She's inviting them because they're all gonna go with Sana, and she's like, I don't care. We're gonna get naked. I don't care. That's fine. Right. Like she's like, I just want to meet in a casual place. This is too crazy for us right now. She's inviting anybody who wants to come from that kind of lower area if they're going to come. And she kind of did a small grouping. She's like, I'm not doing like a lot of people. Do like 3.
Yeah, let me just double check.
3 is fine.
Because he also still had his counterpart in. Let's see. Yeah, counterpart in 𝕘𝖐𝖓𝖓𝖓. Silver hair, blue eyes, okay.
I also will remind you that we invited him. We're going to invite just one of the Banagal delegate sets, and one of them was a marriage offer.
Yeah.
So it may be an introduction for one of my children, not for me. They're going to find that out real quick.
Oh. You are going to find that out later. But heading out, I guess, do you want to interact with the Banagal delegates first? Do you want to interact with the Baron first? Or do you want to interact with, what was the third party? There was...
They had been invited. It was just some either Sunsmith or 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓 delegates have basically offered like marriage proposals, and now that they've seen the war stuff, she's going to want to see how this reacts, because she's kind of put this meeting off for a while.
I believe it was specifically a 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 delegation. Let me see here.
I put them all through a while ago. Is Amber back? Wait, hear the Amber?
Hello, Amber. Welcome back. Mostly. Not quite. Shaking
Okay.
head.
I'm not back. I'm trying to find something.
Okay.
Fuckers.
Hope you find
Okay.
it.
All good.
I believe in you.
And sorry, my bad. I misspoke. Lake Olin is the second lake, small one. The lake you guys were over was Lake 𝕲𝖊𝖓. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the map now and I'm like, I fucked that up. I was almost correct.
So... Which delegate are we meeting?
Depends. Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do the 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 delegation? Do you want to do the 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓? Do you want to do the 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 delegation?
She's inviting them all to the sauna. She's tired. I'm letting you know, Joe, this is a...
Right, and this is me kind of
Okay, have
handing
dinner
to
with
you
you.
which one arrives first.
No, probably the one who basically is the delegate with the niece. She's pulling her out of the necklace for the specific situation.
The delegate with the what? I'm sorry, that kind of got partly
The
cut off.
Baron, the Beard Baron. The Beard Baron.
Okay, okay.
It's wild that a note in this actual note list is Angel invites delegates to a sauna.
He's just like, fuck you guys.
To be
I'm
fair,
tired.
especially for the 𝕲𝖊𝖓 delegation, they're not shocked that a warlord is inviting their delegation to a sauna. They're like, we're used to this type of shit.
I'm tired. I'm just understanding now why Alice's actual delegates like this would invite her to a sauna now. They're tired. So fucking tired.
Yeah. So I think presuming that Avery doesn't want to immediately partake in getting high, we'll start with him at the magic shop and then we'll jump into the delegation. Just kind of wanted to know which order so I know kind of where to produce that. So let's see here. First off, you are going inside, which means we are decreasing the sound of the rain ambience. Avery, you are led inside of the insurmountable Incantus, one of many magical buildings at this point that you've been exposed to, which are bigger on the inside than they are on the out, which at least for a place that is a magic shop, that makes a little more sense. Being in a place that's Marquest, which is literally blessed by gods, that makes a lot of sense. And being that what you know about Tevenius is that he was a Shararkai who was then given a divine-imbued dragon soul to make him not a monotone pain in the ass, it makes just that much more sense.
All right.
Well, Avery Starlin. I haven't seen you in here yet, but a couple of times, given, which has been weeks, months? Not sure. Days. Time is in flux, more often than not. It's been about a week, though. What can I help you with? There's another one that looks exactly like him. Yes, what can I help you with? Yes, what can I help you with? Yes, what can I help you? As a series of clones, simulacrum, you're not sure, just kind of line up all with that same question.
You want to kind of get those under control?
We're all under control, and they say that in unison.
Cool. Take a look at this plan. And I point to the material list on the plan. What of these do you have? What of this do you have?
Let's see, which materials are you looking for? And again, above table, which materials are you looking for?
Question, the only thing I have to go off of was the name of the thing. Where? It's under pinned messages, 𝕱𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖘. So it would be, it's 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓, and I'd need some kind of tough yet highly flexible material to actually connect the chains to each other.
Tough yet flexible material. Well, mithril does cover that basis.
And looking at the plans, he would see like the he would see what the plans are for. That it's a series of mithril blades, kind of tightly connected, and it can either shift to be a normal blade or kind of the segments in between the blades can kind of expand just a little bit to give it more of a width property.
Well, I suppose I have a question for you. Would you prefer refined mithril? Would you prefer unworked mithril? Or would you prefer that you give me a little bit of a project? I take a few days and try and make some of these pieces for you.
I think I'll take care of the actual manufacturing. I just need the materials. So that would be unworked?
Unworked would be your cheapest option. Although it will be the most likely to have impurities or strange surprises.
Over the table, Venestra, I know you have foundry skills, but like, would now I'm asking Joe, would Venestra's like foundry skills be comparable, if not better than his?
No.
No.
Based on his skill as an enchanter? No. In terms of refinery? Not necessarily better, not necessarily worse. It's based on rolls. As far as sheer modifiers, he's got really strong ones. That said, you know, she has a pocket dimension where time can pass very quickly, so...
Yeah, I'll go with the worked stuff.
The worked stuff, alright. Should I put this on Angel's tab? It seems like most of her friends lately are under her coin and her dime, so to speak.
We shouldn't need to do that. How much are you looking for materials for this?
Based on the design you've presented me, assuming that you want refined mithril in this case, to go ahead and then rework with significantly less effort, and less effort in the rune and land, I'd say 4,500 gold.
500. How much does that translate into platinum?
450.
450 platinum. $450 platinum?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pricey. Yeah, that's fine. There'll be more. I can always make money again. This way, I don't have to like call upon Angel. She's real stretched, real thin right now. I don't want to bother her with that.
Well, the war just broke out, and she has a massive moral inclination to help with any injustice. It's a good character trait, but it will leave you quite stressed.
Exactly. So let's just keep this transaction between you and me, so she doesn't feel any guilt for not helping. So I pull out what is most of my money. I mean, it's probably only about half of my physical like money. Because I have 538 gold and 650 platinum. So 650 minus 450
leaves you 200.
All right. I toss him, or I guess like just gently hand him, because this is pretty heavy. a bag of 450 platinum pieces.
He takes the bag without much effort. As you've known at this point, he is a polymorphed dragon, so his capacity for strength is more than it appears. Right. Let me get that metal for you. And he goes ahead, retreats to the back, and then brings forth, carrying as effortlessly as an apple basket, a sort of crate just full of mithril ingots, about as much as you would need for this project, laying it down on the table, and you can immediately just hear the creaking strain of wood under the counter as he sets it down. Mithril is known to be a light metal, but in this quantity it is nonetheless still heavy.
I need to check on Aegis' strength. Would 17 strength be enough to lift this?
Roll a strength check for Aegis.
Wait, no. 12.
12. Aegis
3.
tries to lift it up, and Aegis is well built for kind of lifting this kind of thing, but at the same time, you can immediately hear the servo start to... And then something immediately locks up in one of the arms and just stops moving.
Okay,
Before he pulls back and has to twist his arm to readjust and get it moving again.
Oh. But, well, yeah, I'm still gonna make a note here. Add stress sensors.
Would you like one of my Diviniuses to go ahead and carry that for you?
That
You can
would
go.
be awesome, yeah.
He can go with you to wherever you're dropping it off, but he'll be coming right back.
Oh, that's fine. We've got people stronger than me around.
Then I'll put this on reserve for you. Just come back, let us know when you're leaving.
Oh,
and one of my 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖊 I'm just letting you know. I'm not going to have one follow you around with a case full of mithril. So just whenever you're ready to go wherever you're going, come back.
Okay.
Let us know. One will grab it and follow you after.
Sounds good. Oh, before I leave, and I'll ask the DM real quick. What is there something I can? What do I need to buy to create kind of like a monitor of ages? I want to. Here's the goal. I want to prevent Aegis from damaging himself from overexertion. So, like, you know how real life robots, if they sense too much resistance to their movements, they'll just stop and backpedal it.
Rick, remember we did get that sensory place with all of those bodies in it? With all of that stuff that you could probably reprogram if you wanted to. Take the time to magically reprogram it.
I've got no idea what you're referencing, sorry.
You have a sensor in your possession. It is some old human technology, so you would have to add some magical components to get it to function, but you have what you need. So it's a matter of just adding some magical stuff to effectively allow it to power again.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll work on that. So I leave the shop. Until I'm ready to come back and fetch.
Right then, you have a good one, Mr. Starlin. As you leave, you naturally hear that ping as a bell goes off as you leave, but then it continues to ring into a crescendo and fuller song behind you as the door closes.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, I will turn my camera on just for this moment and get some food, and then I will take my shower. It's not my time.
All right.
Hello.
As we transition over to the sauna, now there is, of course, the one that is present in the Violet Shovel. There are also some other ones dotted around, should you wish to visit them. Let's see here. I believe the one at the Violet Shovel was the one that you explicitly stated you wished for people to meet you at, though, I believe. Am I correct?
That's what we have a circle in there, so they would have shown up there.
Okay.
Angel's entire legs are covered in muck at this point, considering she's still got the dirt slowly wicking itself away over time. Sorry, guys. I'm currently just like crossing the house.
You are all good.
Oh my god! I don't know what cookies. Run for the girl. Look at the boy. Get your meds in a minute. Okay.
Okay, so the first one to venture in. Towel already about his waist, silver body hair all across his slightly pallid physique, though the hair on his head and beard across his face do give sort of indications of a silver fox with the piercing blue eyes that he appears with, and notably his form is visibly pockmarked with a number of scars, some of which, sure, might indicate sort of effectively blue-collar work for someone who is mentioned to be an apple ale baron, but a number of them also appear to be certainly battle scars, though they are notably older. That said, despite that, and despite the, I will say, presence of a leisure life's worth of body fat present on his body, there is still a present physicality that leans toward the existence of some rather densely packed muscle beneath what may only be really a superficial layer of that fat.
Angel's halfway through a croissant roll.
Croissant in a sauna. That sounds like an accident waiting to happen. Am I to presume you are... I feel welcome. I was greeted by an 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 at the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Am I to understand that you are Angel... Mochizuki.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Sorry, I'm really hungry.
You don't mind if I sit
Very
closely, do you?
disappointing.
He wanders over
No, I don't mind.
almost next to you before he settles down and immediately sets some water onto the coals to go ahead and start up the steam.
No, they're not in the sauna, Joe. They're at the Violet Shovel. There's no sauna at the
Blah,
Violet
blah, blah,
Shovel.
blah,
The
blah, blah.
sauna is down the road.
Backtracking.
The sauna
Okay.
is run by Merifus but run by Quintus's grandson.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he sits next to you fully clothed then, sans the visible body hair. It does appear to be sort of an estranged mix between sort of a nobleman's clothes that you would expect to see on a baron and definitely almost more so the flannels of like a farmer and a heavy worker. It's like someone who's caught between wanting to be presentable and wanting to present themselves as a more honest example of what they actually are.
She offers him a pizza croissant roll, but it's literally just filled with meat and cheese and sauce.
Appreciate it. Now I understand that you took well to my daughter and took her under your service.
Yes.
It is good news that she's getting some direction. But nonetheless, per her request, this is more of a business meeting. In the Underdark, I don't imagine apple-based liqueurs are very commonplace.
No, but we get them sometimes. My sister is very talented.
I'd be inclined to make that more frequent, should this discussion prove lucrative. The orchard I run is fairly extensive. And oftentimes we are led to having an overstock of goods. That may decrease with the sudden advent of a war being announced, as after all, soldiers need something to take the edge off.
You can ask your question, sir. I'm very kind of in a bad mood. I lost a slaver. We were trying to chase him down. Didn't work.
Lost a slaver?
The start of the changeling slave trade slipped through our grasp. He was feeding off of 5 under a river. Like.
So odd of news to give a common alebearer. Understand, I don't iterate that. He's not being dismissive in his tone, nor is he being... What's the word I'm looking for? Condescending. There's an almost passive recognition of, like, understanding that frustration. Even the way he carries himself as he sits here does kind of scream veteran, someone who knows what it's like to lose a quarry.
She's just so frustrated. She's just eating more food. She's like, blah.
You'll find him again.
You want to know that is... Let me put it this way. I know a warrior when I look at one. There's fleshed muscle and definitely some scars there.
My orchard is on a border. Borders have tensions, and tensions bleed off into conflicts, sometimes big and written about in history books, sometimes so short that no one even knows they happened.
What do you know about me?
Only what my daughter has mentioned. That you are an Underdark dweller, that you are a warlordess, and that you have an air of prowess about you that defies your vertical challenges. And she was maybe a little crass in her description.
Considering how she used to be, it's not surprising.
No, it isn't.
Would you like to see her?
Once she is, I think, better and more certain of herself. Yes. She was astray for a time, and it left our relationship strained.
I get that. She can earn her way up. The problem is that she still sits at the kiddie table in my existence.
She has some graduating to do then.
Hold on. Kids who wants pizza rolls?
A number of children file in, immediately ravenous at the thought.
They would be filing out of the necklace this side. Of her side.
Yeah. To which at this, while he is for a moment kind of taken aback, he's not overwhelmed. Your presence here is enough of an oddity to him that it seems like he's steeled himself against being too surprised by anything out of the ordinary.
She speaks in Draconic to the rest of the baby dragons. Who wants meat?
You get a serenade of confirming needy, hungry yeses. Some of which getting ahead of themselves and immediately trying to nip at your fingers.
Slow down. Slow roll. Sit in a chair. She said it in Draconic.
To which many of them
We
do.
are sitting at a long table. She hands off the meat plates over to her angelic children sitting next to her. Basically, Tatsu's on duty right now. If he's gonna earn his date night, he's gonna be on duty right now. Tatsu slowly, the golden one keeps eating the silver one's food, considering they haven't picked their names yet.
On it, Mom. My daughter also mentioned a position of religious significance that you hold.
Me and my paramour, she looks over at Nicodemus, who's wrangling the only child without magic.
Yeah.
Who's insisting she put bows in his head. Bows, more bows in my hair, more bows. You can't put any more bows in your hair. Your hair's not long enough. The whole argument that's going on behind her.
Any more bows and it's going to be a bow fro.
Don't tempt her, Nicodemus. Christina? My love?
Yes.
My heart?
Yes.
Looks over. She's the one who's asking for bows. Come and eat something. 'Cause you're getting hangry.
One more bow and then I eat something.
No. I'll give you a gold and you can go get a new bow from Tibenius. Come sit and eat. You haven't eaten anything all day.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. One track mind.
Yeah, I know. She's very much like her mother. Natural 20 for that one. It's a good roll for the start.
A natural 20, she relents, if heavily reluctantly.
If she hands her a gold piece, you can go and buy a brand new bow across the street. After you're done.
Okay.
I'll make
She
a
tries to say
I will-
she's done after one bite before getting swiftly corrected by her father.
Thank you. I have had an increase of children recently. I apologize. It's a little bit, with the dragons and hatchlings, it's a little, usually, it's a lot of grabby hands.
Nothing to apologize for.
And I'm letting you know, you can see his niece sitting at the table with one of the girls sitting next to her. You have to draw me in an outfit that's prettier than
I
this
misspoke.
one.
That is his niece, not his daughter.
Yes. But no, she's his adoptive daughter. He did adopt her.
Yes, technically.
She considers him as her uncle.
Yeah.
Clicks over it. It's like, you have to draw me as a prettier person than I am. She hands her a roll. You can see Angel's daughter just handing her a roll.
She takes it. And he acknowledges the calmness that she's experiencing, at least in comparison to how she was, though he's not addressing her.
The problem is it was a demonic situation.
I know.
More like a devilish situation. I had Edmund take care of it. I will owe him something later.
I won't ask to unpack that.
Let's just put it to you this way. If you know anything about the Whisper, you'll know how far the reach is. Does he know anything about the whisper?
You can see he's looking, and there is not even the slightest echo of recognition at the mention of it.
You really do live off the grid.
Off that kind of grid, I imagine.
Not necessarily. We run a tavern. The only reason I've seen your ale is because I've seen it in my tavern.
Probably through
Which
second-hand
means I have a
vendors,
question.
if
Do you
I had to
know
guess.
No, my sister's very hands-on. Lillian would be very hands-on.
Lilith?
Mm-hmm.
𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓.
Yes.
Okay, I know of her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been sparse with ordering shipments, just because we're far away, but
It's because it's not season for what we're making.
oh, we're always in season.
It's because it doesn't taste good with purple worm.
I
Purple
don't
worms are in
imagine
breeding
much
season.
wood.
Things do taste good with it depending on the season. The meat can turn in different seasons. It's like when you eat a cow, sometimes the steak is either gamey or not.
Well, as far as the nature of my deal, I would offer you priority shipments on our first foray into foreign shipment exchange when not done by independent hands like 𝕲𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓, which means we'd officially be shipping to you. As such, to justify that, though, I would need the capital necessary to expand my operations so that I could reasonably fund.
How much do you need?
At your distance, not to mention the underdark travel routes needed to send the goods and send them safely, I would need an initial investment capital of 12,000 gold. I would say 15,000 if you were anybody else. But my
How much would
niece
it take for
mentioned
you to buy
you.
the land? How much would it take for you to buy the land next to you and expand your orchard?
To buy the land next to me.
Mm-hmm.
That is the 12,000 I've asked for.
How much would it take for you to add another 3 acres?
On the borderlands, civilian land isn't cheap because of the hazard risk for occupation in the event of a conflict. To expand it a further 3 acres, because I'm not acquiring it from another lease, that would be closer to another 21,000 gold.
What if I could offer you the workers?
I have a tendency to take in drifters.
These are drifters. The war shunted many people out of here.
Would taking them on prove to invite risk onto my land?
Not if we only settle on the humans that were basically shifted out of that situation. There were several amphibious people that were shunted from their homes. And reptilian natives.
32,000 with the option to introduce a workforce. In what number are you suggesting?
There are 300 refugees. I'm offering you 42.
42 additional hands. Roll me a persuasion check. This may reduce his request for funding because you are offering him working hands,
And
which
they
he
are
can use
naturally
as
good
part of a
natured people.
negotiation piece.
I had to walk into my home, so they're naturally good natured people. It's an 18 plus a lot.
Plus a lot.
It's a lot. 25, I think.
Right now we're sitting at 32, correct?
Sorry, 2,000.
For 42 workers, I'd be willing to shave that down to 27. I'll do some hiring with the local economy otherwise to provide them necessary lodging as we go, though it may be thin initially. Within a couple of months, they should be plenty comfortable.
She pulls out a whispering coin, puts it on the table.
I appreciate the incentive. Being on a borderland, there would be no riskier currency for me to take.
I plan on changing it out for the actual gold. We have the ability to do that here in the city. Considering I bought the city. With me and my group, we bought the city. The city is called the City of Mercy for a reason. There are golden apples here. You might want to see if you can get a taste. She basically pulls one out and puts it on the table.
I already have. They are fantastic. They are not local. I think I would prefer to leave well enough alone, and whosoever chooses to make something of them may do so. I won't step on toes for those who have helped me.
Amirale is making cider, which I'm excited for.
Very nice. Now.
But I do want to offer you something else. She pulls out a cask of dragonberry wine. Now, this hasn't been seen in a good 120 years.
I may take that for personal sampling.
It's perfect. My grandfather makes it.
So 27 workers, dragonberry wine, and the equivalent exchange of a whisper coin. Now that is well in excess of my side of the negotiated deal. So what do you want in exchange?
I want for them to live well and live in a home.
That can be
I
done.
want them to learn a trade.
They'll be
I
working
want
a
them to
trade.
help you any way
Of course
they
they'll learn it.
can. These people haven't seen stability in years.
Everyone I've ever hired didn't know what stability was until they were hired by me. I don't hire people who are coming from a good life. I have a lot of former bandits in my employ, if you could believe it.
So you wouldn't be against the reptilian nature of some of these people coming?
I have a few under my employ.
That would be good. These people are good-natured people. They had
Everyone
to be
says
for the
that.
house to clear them. No, they had to be for the house to clear them. They'll turn into dust if they're not.
Rather aggressive enchantment. Are
It's
they a people
celestial
capable of
enchantment.
defending themselves should trouble arise?
These were the leftovers on the borders. They made their way to green. It had to be a hard trek.
Well, if there are any weaknesses present, they will be trained in more than just apple picking.
Their families. They
Wouldn't
need
be the
homes.
first.
She pulls out a whispering coin in a jar with liquid. Anyone who passes you across, I want you to keep this on your person. if they keep looking at your waist belt, do not upset them. Send them on their way and let somebody know.
May I?
She hands it to him.
He takes the coin out of the jar, opens up a locket, pulls back on a sort of parchment drawn image, pulls out a copper piece from behind that image and slots in the other coin. He then shoves the copper into his pocket and closes the locket.
What did he just do?
He opened a locket that he slotted the 𝕗𝖊𝖓 coin into after slotting out a fairly old-looking copper coin from behind one of the images in the locket.
No, she put it in that liquid. It's that one that makes that... It's that liquid that makes them go feral.
Mm-hmm.
They see it.
And if someone goes feral in my presence without knowing what they're looking for, and I know it's someone who's trying to hide something.
Most ceramorphs will actually go after it if they have a brain worm in their head.
A mind flayer would be a fool to go after me.
A mind flayer before we go after anyone.
And I don't mean to sound cocky, but I know how to defend myself.
You know how to defend yourself. It's not this question. Considering what we've been through in the Sunrise Rebellion situations, there may be some it's not skags. What's the word for these people here? Is it skag? Am I right?
There's skag, which are the mutated humans, and then there's the Gith. Both Githyanki and Githzerai.
No, I was going to say, you may see some more skags coming out of the woodwork. The stakes are high. Do you know why they call it the Sunrise Rebellion?
Oh yeah. I've seen the plays, I've read the history books.
It was worse than you thought it was. It's much worse.
It always is. Every war that's ever been written about is always worse than what was written.
I have to get unmasked because I'm tired. I'm tired of people being horrible people to other people.
People will always be horrible to each other.
Oh,
It's just a matter of surrounding yourself with people that will be better than that.
We're waiting for a couple more delegates and then we should be heading over to the sauna. This is what's happening. I'm trying to get the kids fed before we move on.
I appreciate seeing what you're doing with your family.
Oh, thank you. That's a lot bigger than it looks.
I'm sure. Makes me miss it.
You should see a lot of people like me in the city. My family kind of is using this. This is our haven right now. This and the other. And should you ever want to take a visit to the Dragon Realm of Ormer, we can take a mini breaky there too.
Might be a little more adventurous than I need at my age.
There would be no really adventure, considering we would be literally going to a berry farm and you get to meet my grandpa.
I appreciate the offer, if you'll allow me some time to think on it.
No, I was thinking after the war. I don't have time right now.
Do we have a deal then?
A deal? Yes.
27, 42 hirelings and some shelter.
I have a question. If you see any orphans in your local envoy, any changelings, take them in, please. I will come get them.
Like I said, I always hire drifters.
I don't know what you saw on the video or if you got a visual of it.
It was a little out of my way.
Oh, good. I'm letting Amber know. Amber, you have been kind of brought to this. We're gonna go to the sauna as soon as a couple of more delegates show up. Piper is currently sitting and eating with us.
As far as barons and baronies are concerned, I'm a little less celebrated, but that's because I don't make waves. And that is very much the point.
You're just kind of, sounds like my dad. He was similar.
Then I feel like I would like your father.
Probably agree on a lot more than you think, too. His insistence on keeping me out of the war and out of the combat and out of everything did not stop it.
The world moves even if we choose not to. That's why my door is always open for the right people.
And she'll be fine. She's going to fit in right here.
If she trusts you, that's a good sign. She'll never really trusted one other person.
Well, I'm hoping that she'll write a series of children's books.
Maybe.
She's going to clerical school, by the way.
Very good.
It's a very expensive school, but I'm glad that she's going because she's going with the kids.
Well, I will leave you to it, as you are going to be met by, I'm assuming, a little
Come and join
more
us.
ostentatious
It's going to be
influences
fun.
than myself.
Come and join us. It's going to be much more fun if you come and join us. We're also going to partake in some extracurricular items.
He's going to roll an insight check to see if he understands what you mean by that. Roll a persuasion check for me.
Yes.
And this is not insofar as persuading him to do it as much as really how clearly you're laying your point across.
It's a 17 plus 25.
Okay, he understands what you're implying very, very clearly. I appreciate that. All due respect, though, I think I would prefer to remain sober.
You can remain sober, just come and join us in actual hot waters with medicinal salts.
To that, he relents.
I'm letting you know, Piper, you are there currently eating a pizza roll, a croissant pizza roll.
Everybody opted
Are you
for
okay?
a larger scale of downtime to go to Merkest. Well, not everybody, but a good chunk of people.
I'm looking at the thing. I can't read. I can't keep going back and forth because it messes with things. He's incredibly drained. I'd like to. She looks over at We're waiting for the Banagal delegates. What do they look like as they walk in, considering that there's a bunch of dragons running around?
So the Banagal delegates wandering in, their presence is louder than anything else. Like, they're not vocal and hyper boisterous like the massive delegation of dwarves that you'd originally met, but they're even one stepping inside could fill an entire ballroom, right? It is that kind of sheer loudness to that presence. And you immediately get, like, especially from what you've read, like, this is a culture of, like, where 𝕱𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓 and orcs intermingled, and what you are very much seeing are obscenely tall, like, orc kin folk, which very much speaks to that kind of crossbreeding.
You see, Angel basically looks over and ushers into the table, considering the kids have moved off and are literally currently playing a set of jacks on the side of the hallway.
Yeah, it's this gathering of they look almost like really, really massive, really built, like in terms of scale of height, like the mountain from Game of Thrones, if he decided to take levels in shaman rather than psychopath, right?
We also have Sable Hearth delegates coming, but I don't know where they're at yet.
They'd be opting to be fashionably late under the rumor of a bunch of Banagalites showing up.
Well met. There's different types of rolls. This one's a spinach one. It's more of a vegetarian option. And then there's a fish one, and this one over here is like a meat concoction. I think my kids ate all the ones with the cheese in it, so this one is more like a stew inside of a croissant roll.
Yeah, it looks to be a gathering of about 5 of these people, 2 of which appear to be mostly feminine, and of which, again, their sort of original intention in showing up to the meeting was to bring up the option of suitors. But to that extent, let me see here.
I just haven't been in this side of the world. She looks over at Piper, who's probably over there eating like 3 different rolls at the same time, just enjoying the level of croissant and phyllo dough. She insisted on putting spam in one of them. Num 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 spam.
Yeah.
Num 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 spam.
To that extent, of the shamans, there are 2. There is a female and a male figure, both of which seem like a little bit older, kind of like that sort of Silver Fox, kind of like starting 50s range. They are both incredibly built. It's like if you put like your buff farmer build on steroids, right? There's heavy definition on that flesh, little to no body hair, oddly enough, which you remark is probably part of that, maybe that orcish ancestry, given that sort of battle lineage and sort of the disadvantages of a lot of body hair kind of being present on the body. But there's still also, with the sheer amount of tattooing on the forms, as well as even just sort of slim cut haircuts on a number of them, there's that influence culturally of Goliaths and 𝕱𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖓 plainly visible on them, even to the point of like some of them having like almost fire red or stone gray tufts of hair on their form. Yet among them and among all of these massive, powerful, immense presences, there's one really that kind of is notable to you that doesn't really seem to be among the people that are here to necessarily make a deal. In a 5'7" orcish girl who looks to be most likely in her teens. She is beefy, much like the rest of her kin, but there's an almost, weirdly enough, underdark grayish tinge to her skin that intermingles with that green.
No, wait, she muted us.
And she has this sort of oval, like mildly bulbous face that just kind of does speak to a little bit of the fat of youth that hasn't quite dissipated, with that sort of still like heavy, beefy build that she has. She is somewhat sunburned, and she does reek severely of cologne, like as if she came here trying to smell good, grabbed probably the first thing that she found that might work, and probably put on a little too much.
Cologne or perfume? It's a female.
Cologne. This immediately reads like it's that kind of Sherlock moment of like reading into kind of what somebody likely did with their day. And this reads as someone who was a little underprepared for doing this today, grabbed the first kind of smell good thing she could find and threw on altogether too much of it.
Sit down, eat, friends. It's food. Food.
They immediately settle in, of which there are two that kind of remain standing, though do kind of settle themselves on stools behind the two kind of that immediately led in. And then they are those two sort of like in 50s shaman types kind of sit on opposite sides, framing in the younger 15-year-old looking one.
She looks at the prismatic dragons. Mommy needs space. Like 2 feet of space. Mommy needs like 2 feet of space. She says it in Draconic as really fast as she can.
They give you another 2 inches.
Nick, please. Please. I know that you're going to have to put Christina down, but please.
Yeah, let me get on it.
Friends, eat. There's food. I don't know which one you'd like. There's meat on that end, and there's vegetation on this one, and this one's like a spinach with like a weird Greek mixture. It's pretty good.
They silently kind of immediately start going for the meat. The first one to address you is the female shaman in her 50s. You can see sort of those orcish tusks just kind of barely poking through under those lips, a little bit diminished, a little bit kind of by the 𝕱𝖊𝖓 and sort of giant's blood present. There is this kind of shock of long reddish hair that does definitely speak to more of a fire-leaning humanoid 𝕱𝖊𝖓 in that mixed ancestry. I do believe you recall the nature of our intended visit.
I do.
This offer for suitorship is not for you. She is not for you.
That's a
gesturing to the 15-year-old between them. It would be uncouth.
It would be uncouth. It's far below my age range.
Sybil, if you would please introduce yourself. I am 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖘.
She pulls out one of the corgi puppies and puts it in her lap. Let's take it down a notch.
I'm 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖘 of the Crystal Boneyard.
Mm-hmm.
Boneyard, immediately you glean she is not someone who's culturally bound to one of the Bannogs as much as part of one of the villages that decided to build themselves around a Bannog skeleton. As oftentimes those cultures don't leave that place when their Bannog dies. That's really the only way that those nomadic villages will settle into a spot. They will settle where the Bannog passed.
By what I am, which partner is she for, considering this would have been already in my purview?
Not one of your adoptees. This would be...
An actual natural-born child, I know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. In your 15 range, that would be...
Maxwell is in that range.
Yeah, I believe it would be Maxwell. Maxwell
and Kyrian are in the village.
Yeah, I believe Maxwell is kind of who she's lined up with. Because you immediately kind of glean in that imagery there is a very selfless nature to her. Yet unlike Maxwell, you can catch, even with your see beyond the veil, a very, very subtle tie, which is to say, usually inclining toward sort of secret worship of a divine. There's a subtle tie to Merphis over her shoulder.
Maxwell's patron is
not Merphis.
Sinboy. Sinboy. Okay. Because Maxwell is 16.
Yeah. You immediately glean that sort of selfless nature. You catch that subtle inclination toward the divine.
The ages will be okay.
And that hint toward being sort of underdark orc leaning, while still definitely showing a number of physicalities that showcase ancestry toward just 𝕲𝖊𝖓 proper. Crystal Boneyard. While you don't know the settlements individually, that may imply like a cavernous spot. So that could be part of why.
Do I introduce them now? Would you like me to introduce them now?
Introduce them. You have an idea of who she might match with. The male shaman's like just quietly nudging her, and she's immediately like, "Stop."
It's kind of my thing, actually. She looks over at Nicodemus. It's kind of our thing.
Right? Wasn't this supposed to be a negotiation, not a pawning off kind of thing?
It's not a pawn off.
It never was a pawn off.
Maxwell, if you would please.
He immediately summons out. And the moment these two lock eyes, you are basically watching that strand of connection start to form.
That's what I Maxwell's way taller than she is.
Oh yeah, she looks to be, even just judging from what you can from her kind of through her sitting position, she looks to be about 5'7". For reference, for those that don't use freedom units, that would be 172 centimeters.
I'm letting you know that Maxwell is a white lion or a emu. Yeah.
Freedom units.
Freedom units. Maxwell, behave.
I'm behaving. You can see she kind of immediately gets nervous and kind of tries to almost retreat within the booth cushioning a little bit, and she is nervously humming a little bit. But you're a bard. You have an ear for tonality, and that nervous humming says the moment this lady calms down, she probably knows how to sing really well.
So,
Excuse me,
I'd like you
to hail chakra. Whatever the fuck the bottom one. Fuck. I finally popped the lower part of my back, which is I don't know what kind of chakra that is. That chakra. Oh my god, I've been eating that for like
the base of the spine, I think it's the indigo one.
Oh, I felt good. Why?
Which is
why
like
was
the spirit
it
chakra.
saturated?
It's the root chakra. Right.
I fixed my root chakra.
I think that's
That?
where it is. Base of the spine is the root chakra.
I'll Google it later.
Notably on her, though, despite the fact that her eyebrows do kind of also have that sort of grayish tone, which imply maybe a stone giant furball descendancy attached to the orcishness, she does have this sort of shaved head, piercing brown eyes that contrast very strongly with her natural skin tone. There seems to be a very sort of strong earthen bond on her. Which is interesting, someone so grounded worshipping a god of storms.
Would you like to take Sybil for a walk around the garden, considering there is one now?
Oh, yes. Would you like to go get away from this uncomfortable situation where you've been brought here between two people of power and are sitting in front of another person of power awkwardly? Let's just go outside into the rain and relax for a minute, yeah?
She hands him a parasol.
That would be good. I actually like the rain. Take this back.
So does Maxwell.
Maxwell saying he doesn't like getting wet, handing you back the parasol so quickly. This sounds very unlike him, and yet...
She looks over at Nicodemus. He's Smith. So fucking Smith. And she doesn't use the F word very often, so it's like, she's like, I'm so sorry I use the F word. No, not normal.
I need popcorn. Popcorn pokes his head out of your necklace. Not that kind of popcorn. Aw.
Popcorn, sweet girl, no.
Popcorn's like, what? We forgot we named a child Popcorn.
No, she named herself Popcorn.
She named herself. What's your name? Popcorn.
Popcorn. You need a prettier name than Popcorn. I think her first name is Pansy Popcorn. I think that's what her name is Pansy.
Yeah.
Like the flower. She looks over at these people. So, that went well.
Delightfully.
My cat's son who doesn't like water just went outside with a woman who likes the rain. She's gonna let them in on the joke.
Notably, while they keep the straight face, the two bodyguards that are kind of sitting on stools behind them, one of them just snorts immediately.
Well, that went well. What do you need from me? Yes, this is an alliance. Yes, you have my protection in that situation. What do you need from me?
First of all, she was the last surviving member of the Crystal Boneyard.
Would you like to expand on that? The angel's voice gets real dark.
She then looks to the male shaman next to her. If you'd like me to expand on the information, yes. She is the last surviving member of the Crystal Boneyard. Something perhaps in the Bannock that was there in the village. We best guess it died of some disease. A disease we thought had not affected the populace. Until it did. She was the last to remain. It took a number of years. What kind of disease? It took a number of years. It was this steady... It was this steady degradation. Where children were produced more and more sort of deformed, discombobulated, disoriented. You know, immediately this speaks less to a disease inherited from a dying Bannog and more likely side effects from inbreeding.
Piper heard disease, it was like, oh, is it?
I was just inbreeding. God damn. Piper just like getting all excited, and then here's the different side effects. It's like, God damn.
Piper might quietly say into her coffee, sounds like inbreeding to me, very quietly. So
The other guard also immediately snorts. Bad taste, but snorts. Like, how the fuck did these two not pick up on that?
does the guy even hear me because of how quietly I said it? I can see why a bodyguard could hear. Their job is to hear for threats.
Their job is to listen for shit that nobody else is noticing. The shaman looks back to the two that have snorted and doesn't know why. Do you two need tea or something? Like, do you need this? Never mind.
He offers them each one of the meat ones, considering so they can have something to cover their mouths when they're laughing.
The point of marrying her off to someone is so that her line can continue and her claim on the boneyard does not diminish. There is an importance to families and their links to the Manogs. And these things must not be lost if we can help it. Her family was notable for being helpers, for being healers, for being clean, as one must when you live in a boneyard.
Piper very quietly into her coffee says, well, to expand that lineage, you need to expand the branches outwards instead of pruning inward.
And even I'd say, Piper, you have the observant feat. Your passive insight is really high. You're also gathering kind of with what he's implying is that her family specifically might have been the one group of people in that entire village that did not decide to turn the family tree into a goddamn bramble.
Yeah, they turned it into a reed. Their family tree is not a tree, it's a post. No, that's what she's gonna whisper in her coffee. That family tree isn't a tree, it's a fucking post.
The first guard, who hadn't quite chuckled at your joke, immediately looks like he's starting to choke on the meat skewers.
No, it's like a meat croissant. It's like a big old...
He's choking on the meat croissant. The preservation
do I need to do
Heimlich is necessary. He gets straightened out pretty quickly. It's kind of that moment of, I'm laughing while I'm chewing on something, so it just went down the wrong pipe.
Oh.
So she looks over at all of them. What do you need from me? You're not explaining what you need from me.
We were giving context first. Now, with that, we were hoping that whomsoever gets paired with her, and in this case, this Maxwell seems to be a good fit, go with her to the boneyard to rebuild that which has been lost.
I can send a faction to come live in the shadow, and she can kind of direct them on what to do. But I would prefer this courtship to stay in-house for now, considering everyone's under attack.
Well, right now it is only courtship. It is not marriage. If marriage is to be finalized, it will be done at the place of the birth of the one who is from Banagol, in this case, 𝕲𝖊𝖓. So they will marry in the boneyard.
It's not a bad custom. I'd have to ask my son, but she's probably going to have him wrapped around her finger and by the afternoon.
They are each of them 15. We don't expect the courtship to be any shorter than 3 years.
He's 17.
She's still 15, so we don't expect the courtship to be any shorter than 3 years.
It's not bad that he's... Mentally, for males, it's better if they're a little bit older.
This is fine.
He was 16.
He's 17 by his actual written. He looks like he's 18. But he's a big lion.
He's
a big lion.
I've misheard.
I will say, she does have a bit of a protective streak. Should they prove to like each other, if something is said bad his way, the person who said it may not have teeth.
I would want to ask you, do you mind if I continue their courtship within my purview? Or would you prefer them to have a chaperone from your space?
What assurances would you give us if you were to provide this yourself?
People burst into fucking flames when they enter her fucking house. She just whispers that into her coffee.
Yeah, that's only for evil people, though.
Yeah, but anybody who has evil intentions dies. If anybody has evil intentions for her, guess what?
Oof.
Poof.
What assurances could you want? Like, the angel's trying to figure out what they're trying to ask her. She's having a moment of like, I just try to chase down a slaver. My brain's absolutely fried.
Safety unto Sybil, so that her claim to the boneyard does not die with her.
Okay, we're going to give you some clarification.
Piper's just like, may I interject real quick, Angel?
Okay, go ahead just for a minute.
Points to her Angel's house, which is probably right.
It does have a seat. Yeah, in Mercast. It is sitting outside somewhere in Mercast. There's like a little.
See that gigantic castle over there? Just points at the castle, or the manor, 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓 Manor. You see that house? That's a house that's technically a dragon. Anybody who steps with a dragon with intentions for your Sybil, you just said?
Sybil.
Her name is Sybil Fenwick.
Sybil, yes, sorry, misheard. Anybody who's with evil intentions for your Sybil inside goes to flame and turns into a pile of ash.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
Pulls out her paint set that's made out of a lot of evil intentioned ash. See, I make ash. I make pigment and paints out of their ashes.
This is less out of an inclination toward dangerous outer forces, and more toward she has a tendency to prioritize the needs of others, even to the extent of endangering herself.
A house won't litter.
Oh, wow. He met somebody exactly like his mom. Shit.
A 5'7", built like a truck, orcish version of, kind of, yeah.
Anita just puts her hand over, says the word shit, and then puts her hand over her mouth. Pardon me. She looks over at Nick. She knows she's going to hear it from Nick after this.
None of us give a fuck. We are a culture of fearbold giants and orcs. This is us being polite.
I have children present. She looks at all the little things running around the room. I should be a better example.
You are starting to hear a serenade of shit with them then mimicking covering their mouths.
Piper gives the mom look to them all.
Intimidation.
Yes, intimidation!
Oddly enough, I don't think I have a good intimidation. No, I do not. Shit. Hold on, let me pull up. Oh my god, for once it remembered my fucking login! fill it with water, please.
I got a coffee.
To that end,
She's gonna
though.
look over at
$4.
Yeah, I need to work on my intimidation. Piper's gonna make a mental note. I fail at this.
You roll a 1.
6 plus 4 ain't a 10 doing shit. I look more goofy than fucking. God damn it.
I'm letting you know Nicodemus is also intimidating at this point, considering you do not do that.
To that end, though, I suppose it would be worth sending one of our own just to keep an eye on her and her impulses.
I'm going to clarify something for you. His other father is the god of the sun. So if anything touches her, even bears a glimpse the wrong way her direction, I don't think my only misbehaved child who had the hardest time for me to get him to do what I wanted to do is going to let it slide.
I don't even think his father would let it slide. I think whoever tried to do it vaporize into a mist.
This is fair. Nonetheless, though, and he looks back to the one bodyguard that doesn't seem to have eaten anything. Your house is full of walking chairs, is it not? The bodyguard suddenly looks like, how the fuck do you know that? And kind of lowers his head. You're noticing, despite the green skin, the amount of body hair on him definitely leans more 𝕊𝖓𝖓 than it does orc.
I have a new hubba.
Go with Sibyl.
Wow. Very
and
cool.
will take care of your house until you are freed from your duties. Should you forswear yourself to her, send the pigeon.
Yeah, because I probably moved it. Does it go up and down for you too?
And you close this, pushes it back out.
Oh,
And he nods. This is Egoron.
So,
His clan was slain.
What? By what?
My flap.
By a group of uppity goblins. The 𝕲𝖓𝖓, however, did not die. They wanted to take over the 𝕲𝖓𝖓. So we took the 𝕲𝖓𝖓.
Okay, you know what I would like from this alliance? I would like 𝕲𝖓𝖓 meat. Whenever there's one that falls eventually. And as much as you can get, considering she feeds the baby dragon, they tend to eat a lot.
We only allow 𝕲𝖓𝖓 to be hunted if they make their way outside of the Manical borders. Doing so within the borders is a matter of ritual. Should you wish
I have a question. What if I...
𝕲𝖓𝖓 from Banagal, you must engage in a ritual and you must let us know ahead of time.
I'm okay with letting you know ahead of time. I'm letting you know that I have a lot of people to feed. And we found a 𝕲𝖓𝖓 conch, a really, really big one. And my family's been eating off of it for the last I think the last 2 years. And it's still lasting us.
We found it in the abyss.
And then we purified it.
Yeah. No abyssal chicken.
Yeah. Notably pointing out Egoron a little bit more strongly, he kind of removes his hood. It definitely looks to be, again, this sort of... It's red 𝕊𝖓𝖓𝖓 hair on this, like, light green skin, so it is this very kind of stark coloration and contrast. He is bald-headed, he is brown-eyed as well, though. He stands at a stark 7'7", has this very kind of angled, sharp-edged build to his face, though notably hasn't really verbally spoken since he came in at all. He snorted, chuckled, and chortled, but he hasn't spoken.
Do you have a tongue? Can you find your words?
He has a tongue. He does not speak very often.
Why?
Are you a man of few words?
I am a man of poor words. When I speak, I often bring about bad luck. Above table translation, his charisma sucks. So he has opted simply not to speak very much.
You know, that's
Oh,
fair.
you're gonna get along just fine here.
I mean, most children don't have the best speaking talents either, so you're gonna do fine.
Just
He
as
looks over
well,
at Nicodemus.
while you can take the opportunity to get away from your wrecked home, you can also stop wrecking a home. Even if it is a false rumor. We can't have you around for that.
What do you mean?
What you did? Piper's just like, ooh, the tea.
I did this as a favor to one of my hunters to bring him along as a bodyguard. Supposedly,
Why?
he is seeing that hunter's wife. It is all rumor and hearsay.
Hold on, Hodor.
Can we roll an insight? Can we roll an insight with this guy?
Hold on, Hodor. Do I have it?
Sure, to kind of read his face right as that's kind of set.
Yeah.
Anybody got Zone of Truth? I don't have Zone of Truth.
It's fine. I got Zone of Truth, but I've got a decent insight score. I've got a 17 plus 5. It's a 22.
Rolling his deception or persuasion, I won't say which. -1. It's a 14.
Huh?
It's a 14 total.
Joe,
Meaning-
it keeps breaking up on my end.
That is a 14 total. He is immediately just fidgeting uncomfortably.
So, is he or is he not?
Okay.
With that high enough of a modifier, you can see him very kind of clearly averting his gaze from the pair of shaman the moment that's brought up, which definitely speaks toward guilt more than defensiveness. He doesn't seem offended by the insinuation as much as he is almost trying to hide himself from it.
Nick, do me a big favor. No, never mind. I won't make you. You've got the 7. I'll take care of it. He looks over at the prismatic dragon's probably sticking on his heels. I'll take care of it.
Oh, they're being mini Navars. Just, ha!
Yeah.
If they're too clingy, pull out Navarre and they'll just cling to him, and he's a big enough a person where he'll push him off.
Navarre is immediately dogpiled as it gets summoned out.
There we go. Take a deep breath, Nick.
Navarre is the big scaly family dog that everybody tackles.
She looks over at this man. I'd like you to sit, please.
I don't think that's necessary.
It is necessary. Because I say it is. Do not make me push you onto this table.
His voice is also notably kind of soft and light, despite, again, the sheer scale of his build and physique. Muscular build at 7'7", and his voice is that.
Sit.
Intimidation check.
Warlord. Yeah. Warlord.
Moron, make
17
moron.
plus
He's not
19.
smart.
17 plus 19.
Natural 5 and a natural 6. Yeah, he sits. Right back on his stool.
We're going to ask this question. We're going to ask this question easily. I'm still going to use the CB on the veil to see if there's anything behind him right now.
Walker.
You horny bastard!
The Archfey of Spring.
And horniness.
Mm-hmm. The Archfey.
Notably, it is strong enough over his shoulder that you can tell he fervently worships Walker.
We're going to ask this question considering I know who you worship.
What is the question?
Did you ring the bells of May, or did she ring yours?
We ring each other's.
He worships Walker. She looks over at the shaman and says it out loud.
Based on the rumors, this does not shock me.
That's when it happened. So they're both guilty.
Notably, also because of your burgeoning love god status, you can tell there is a direct, not a lust line, but a straight up love line going off from him, off into the distance.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Is that from her? I have a question. Can I read that?
Most likely, yes. Every time that this has been mentioned, it seems to almost thrum in intensity with his avoidant gaze.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question because I am... And this is the point where she's going to be very upfront with these people. I'm going to guess that the shamans know what I am.
They are very good shamans.
Do you want me to tell them? Or are you going to tell them? Because I know that if I pull you into my employ, you're not going to be there for very long to go get her.
I was not leading a woman to be unfaithful when there was no faith between the pair of them to begin with.
That's not my point. I'm asking you the question.
He says that turning his face to the pair of shaman, addressing them with it. You speak out of turn, later on. Their marriage was arranged. Wrong. She's not into it. And he's a controlling fuck.
First of all, arranged marriages are stupid and should.
And this is a really big city and it's making me anxious and I'm
not looking at the bodyguard, I'm looking at the shaman when I say that. While slowly, the bird skull is starting to form on her face.
Hey, do me a big favor, Paper. Can you possibly go and pick up said person by using your little mind reading issue?
We minister those marriages. We do not arrange them ourselves.
Maybe you shouldn't minister arranged marriages, otherwise known as forced marriages.
Hold on. You're not wrong, Piper. Hold on. I'm just trying to see who can fly fastest. Tatsu, if I gave you a babysitting break to go do me an errand,
would you?
Would you?
Yeah, Mom, check this out. I don't even need to fly. Look at this shit. I'm gonna teleport. And as his
bring me both of them.
As his feathers snap away, notably, you witness one thing a little strange that you haven't seen Tatsu do yet. While he disappears from sight, it looks like he's grabbed a hold of that love strand and then immediately shoots along its length.
I mean, he is your child.
And it's like, I didn't know he could do. See, look over next. Did you know he could do that?
I know now. We gotta try that at some point.
Gotta try that at
Speaking
some
of
point.
which, later.
Can we do that to each other?
Nicodemus, I need
Snip!
you.
No! Stop it!
I'm trying to say something, sir. You're making it. Talk to you. Just starts doing that. Like, eh. By the way, if you can't tell, Piper does not like forced marriages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She looks over at these. Let me put it to you this way. If you bring me the couple the day that they're going to get married, or at least inform me, I can let you know if it's the right one.
Or we could train clerics to be able to do that.
That was the plan, Nick, but we're not there yet.
Not without trying. We gotta try. Wait, we could teach them. We could teach that Baron's niece. We could try to teach that Baron's niece to do that.
That I can add that to my things to do.
Excuse me.
I'm letting you know you don't want Piper cursing you. Your medical stuff will get way worse.
Piper's full-on Dr. Plague bird skull.
Which I will say,
eyeballs.
also, Piper, from your passive insight, going back a little bit, their mention of it being a disease, and, you know, that definitely read to you on their faces like they were just kind of reciting what was officially written down, rather than what even they probably gathered was happening.
So
Piper's going to bend down, because now she's at like 8 feet tall. Bend down more to their level. Tell me, what is the unofficial as to why they died, other than the script you just spoke to me?
For 𝕲𝖊𝖓 clan, it was most likely a village getting very intermingled, says the feminine shaman. And the results proving disastrous.
Maybe you shouldn't do incestuous marriages.
We don't preside over them. They had their own shamans who were also included in that mess, who also died. Sharing the same bed with our kin is not part of our cultural values. That was a gross misstep. And I do mean gross in two ways.
Either way, next time, don't treat us like we're stupid.
We were simply reciting what was recorded.
Gives him the look like, come on, dude.
We also did not know what was appropriate to discuss in the presence of these people, especially with the amount of children here.
that should say something. I'm just
Caution
saying.
against filthy topics in the presence of youth was the point. Not treating anyone like they're stupid.
This is the point where she looks over at her tall child, who's another child of the God of the Sun. Take all the kids to the playground. That's that direction.
On it.
Navarre, you go too.
Okay.
Ren,
There's
you
President
take your
Cosmetics.
too. Because I know there's going to be a little flith deer, I think. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Hold on.
I need you to make sure you keep a track on everybody, please. Everybody needs to have a buddy. Does everybody have a buddy?
For the sake of brevity, the children get cleared out, and eventually, riding along that romance line, a pair of 𝕲𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓 lights make their way back with Tatsu.
As soon as they leave the room. But I want to see all the drama. It's like basically one of the girls just basically knows what this is.
Piper tosses a little note that says, I'll tell you later. I'll tell the art for you.
They're too busy playing dolls where they're like having this big trauma tied, basically, because Farrah's listening to like the soaps on the radio.
Oh my god. Fucking kids. I will say this. Anybody else do like weird shit to their Barbies?
Yes.
Or is that just me?
No, I
Thank
didn't
you.
know.
Let me just take their clothes off and drown them.
No, I didn't do that, but I was like, they went through all types of crap. I mean, one of the ladies that I went over to her house, she burned the head off of one of mine, and I was like, what the crud is going on? What is wrong with you?
Okay.
She put it in one of those one old-fashioned heaters that had those exposed coils. She like put it right next to it, and the whole head burned off.
I don't even want to know what they were probably processing.
Yeah, it was a Jasmine doll. It was terrifying.
Whoa. Implications. Anyway.
Well, she was Hispanic. I was so confused.
That you're not helping.
I know I'm
Anyway.
not helping, but it was terrifying.
Back on
Now
topic.
the romance part.
So, what arrives first is, of course, the hunter, whom the male shaman immediately mentions. This is my hunter, 𝕱𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓.
Piper still in bird doctor form.
And then arriving not 2 seconds later, being a little bit more carefully handled by Tatsu. And that is his wife, 𝕱𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓.
I'm going to give a very long look at the male version. Where does his love line go?
Zook, his love line seems to be like this almost tangled mess that ends up pointing right back down at himself. Which, in other words, screams walking narcissist. He has this sort of cropped silver mohawk, these piercing green eyes, this sort of brownish, almost farmer's tan over his sort of deep green skin. He has this sort of heavy, muscular build and sort of this kind of soft, almost repugnant look to his face. Just as well, he does also smell very heavily of cologne, not quite the same type of shit that the one girl that was wearing, but you can tell immediately between both you and Piper that the heavy cologne he's wearing is very much to mask the aroma of heavy alcohol.
Piper,
And it is not doing good enough.
Special bean.
She's already on it. She's already just like into his mouth.
He puts that coffee bean that basically makes him not alcoholic anymore. He's sober now. His sober bean.
I love giving people beans of sobering.
That was woefully unnecessary. Is anybody else eating that meat? He snatches it off the table and immediately bites it right off of the kebab. And the kebab stick just snaps and he swallows it. It seems entirely impulsive.
Eating croissant rolls filled with meat.
Sorry, croissant rolls filled with meat. Why do I keep mistaking it for kebab? Brain. He snatches a croissant, stuffs it into his gullet. And I will say, immediately on looking over his shoulder in terms of worship.
Yeah, beyond the veil.
Yeah, with See Beyond the Veil, it is a very subtle, in other words, hidden worship of Vistris, the goddess of domination, the goddess of conquerors. And you are noticing that there is a presence of tattoos on his skin that look notably a little bit like rune work. Though not golem rune work, they do seem draconic in nature. And they are subtle. They are like blended in with skin blemishes.
Do you want to tell them or should I? He's going to say it in draconic.
I don't know what you're saying, but I don't like the language. You can, and I will say again, Piper, with your passive insight, there is a look of almost fear and disgust at hearing that language.
He's going to grab his arm with a dragon's claw and turn it sideways. Do you want to tell them, or should I?
Tell them what?
Do you want me to tell them which dragon made you their bitch?
I'm not allowed to say. Can I have another one of those fucking croissants?
Nope.
I wish I made beans of silencing.
You need to make some. That'd be so great.
And again, kind of referring to Piper, your observant feat, every time he glances at the food on the table, those runes that are still slightly covered by blemishes seem to just slightly glow a little.
Are they silver in nature?
Can I read them? Since I have eyes of the room keeper.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get real close with the birding eye. Literally turn my head.
with reading them with Eyes of the Runekeeper, I will say Arcana check with advantage to, in reading them, also understand what the hell they are.
Oh yeah, I definitely need to roll that one. Oh god, okay. 17 plus 5?
17 plus 22. Yeah, he has, this is an inlaid, almost stigmata-like hex. It is a curse that makes him constantly hungry.
I'm gonna break the curse by giving him an apple. Here, why don't you have one of these? These look real yummy.
As you hand him the apple, you feel a divine itch kind of present with just being in request and a familiar voice. Are you sure? The voice of Vistris just tickling your ear.
I need to have a discussion with you later, considering what I have to face because of your issues before that didn't get handled. It wouldn't piss me off today.
He is cursed like that because of what he did wrong. It did not make him worse.
Oh, it's divine punishment.
That's fine then. She doesn't want you to eat the apple, so you don't get the apple.
And he immediately reaches for it as it gets pulled away. What did you mean she doesn't want me to eat it?
Stuffs a marshmallow bean in his mouth.
Immediately focuses on the task of eating again.
Okay, I feel better now.
Question, and this is a question I'm going to ask you very slowly. Did you isolate her on purpose?
Is it Vistra? And she's going to say this in. Is it? Oh my god, pick up my fucking voice!
There it is.
I'm so mad at my computer. Oh, hold on, let me just get out and get back in.
Welcome back.
Oh. Okay, is that helping? Okay. She's gonna say this in common. You know, last I remember, Vistris was only into consensual isolation and domination. Wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Last time I checked, bird eyes at him. I'm guessing the isolation and domination you've been doing to your wife was not consensual. And the flaming eyeball is like really close to his face.
Piper, I would be careful about
Business is it
that.
of
You're gonna
yours.
start to burn and
What do you say?
What business is it of yours? Notably, his skin is slowly starting to flake, being in Mercast.
Because the fact of the matter is,
he's gonna burn up. He's gonna die.
can we land him? Piper's just gonna come over. Can we land him?
I'm gonna look over at the. She's gonna look over at the orcs. Do you want to lose this one?
Given what I'm reading off of him, I don't want to keep him.
And I did say in common Vistress, so they may not like the idea of a Vistress person in their thing. Or maybe they do. But
Mistress isn't bad. It's basically gotten mad. She marked him for death. Take him into the house, Piper. You can just walk him over to the house.
No need. A dark-haired elven figure with what looked to be almost mercury-like scales tracing down her cheek and neck lays her arm over his shoulder.
And he just disappears.
I think I might cash in my chips with you early. She reaches her arm from over his shoulder to around his neck as her nails extend through his throat and they both disappear.
oh my god. Man, Piper was gonna use her gigantic freaking the tweezer sort of thing, the thing that they stick in the uterus to open the cervix.
Oh, you mean the thingy thing?
Yeah.
Now that he's dead, I might as well go over
it's
some
like
listed
that.
personality traits for 𝕱𝖊𝖓𝖓𝖊𝖓. Well, dead and then claimed by Vistress. First of all, discreetly worships Vistress, right? Easily holds grudges. He only talks loudly, is an alcoholic, and goes out at night secretly looking for hats. Hats.
Oh, if I had known that, I would give him my hat. She just her hat.
Also is hexed to constantly be
looks
hungry,
over it,
has a dexterity of 20 and a constitution of 19, and then all of his mental stats have negatives. Also, his dexterity is a 7. Was a 7 now.
Everything was. By the way, ow, my throat.
She looks over the two lovebirds and
Do you want to marry him, or should I?
I probably should, considering it's not a deal.
Notable trait for 𝕱𝖓𝖓𝖓𝖓. Fervently worships Walker. Rarely speaks.
Obviously.
Clan was slain by goblins. Is a hopeless romantic. So maybe there's hope now.
Oh.
Feels enormously uncomfortable in urban settings. And is also a vegan, hence why he's also not partaken at all in the meat.
She had a spinach one. She hands him the spinach one. There's one that's made of spinach and red sauce.
This one, this spinach. Okay.
We like spinach. Piper loves spinach puff.
My spinach puffs.
My spinach puffs.
Here.
My spinach puffs. I saved them. God, I love crap.
Okay.
Okay, so far this seems like a lot of favors have been done for us. So what do you want in exchange?
If he's going to be staying and watching after the female, I'm marrying the two of them today.
Also,
do you have anything you need at home, by any chance? Considering I don't even know if you were able to have children with that cretin.
His clan is dead. Her clan is bond. They would have to be married on the Bannog. Cultural necessity.
Piper just raises a Dapple finger. I would
Are
like
any
a
of them wearing?
request.
Hold on. I have a question. This is a question. Is any of them wearing Bannog fur from the Bannog, considering they would have to use the Bannog for almost everything?
The shaman particularly looked to be not necessarily wearing like Bannog pelt, but they look to be wearing this almost woven shoulder dress made of what looks to be Bannog shed.
I'm looking at the female who's just come in. Is she wearing any type of Bannog clothing?
She, let me double check here.
If she's the owner of her Bannog and that's the last of their clan, one of them has to be wearing Bannog pelt in order for me to do this correctly. I'm going to use the words correctly. All they have to do is stand on the frickin' pelt.
You stand on the belt!
Yeah.
God damn,
you would know from what little research you've done that is accurate to specifically battle marriages. Given, like, there being a risk of them not making it home, right? Let's see here. Wow.
God, why
yeah,
is there
she does.
so many
She does have what
numbers
appears to be
on
a Bannog pelt kilt. From what you can tell, it looks to be mostly based off even the structure of the kilt, made most likely of a clipping of Bannog ear.
She pulls out a small bag of gold. Right. She looks over at the man. I know you're a hopeless romantic, but I'm going to entrust her to make the decision on what you both wear for your wedding. As long as you give me this kilt that she's wearing so you can both stand on it.
Can I borrow your cloak, Egron? Why did you? No. Oh, wait, wrong voice for Egron. Did you? Oh, there we go. He's a little more me with that accent. Too many people with the same accent that I'm trying to differentiate with tone here.
Like, okay, this is a bag of gold. I want you to go over to that giant dragon castle, go inside, ask for where they have the tailors, go down to the tailors and get a dress made and an outfit made.
Understood. How long will that take?
Probably about 2 hours.
Do you want to come along, Egron? I'm commissioned for other services, but you are in a safe... Still wrong, but I'm commissioned for other services, but you are in a safe place.
No, if you're both commissioned, if you were going to be commissioned to me to take care of the girl, so technically you're not commissioned to anything but me. So go to the castle and go get your girl.
Okay. As long as I'm being officially released to that duty.
You are relieved of duty. Shows off her deputy of
disappear for a time.
badge.
We will happily preside over this marriage.
Piper is going to...
I don't think anything better than a love god making your marriage happen could be better than that, considering to be blessed by the love god.
If we are constituting this as a battle marriage, which we can under instances of sudden divorce, it does require a blood pact of the witnesses and the ministers. He produces a blade that seems to be kind of inlaid with sort of ceremonial gold wiring. It looks to be a piece of bone.
Our blood is gonna do weird shit to that Nicodemus.
He slashes a line on his hand that kind of traces the line of the thumb. Hands the blade to the shamaness, who does the same with the same side of the blade. And then she passes it to you, gesturing for you to cut with the other side of the blade that has not been marked in the same way.
She looks over at Nick. Our blood is gonna do some weird shit to this Nicodemus.
It might. But since they're ministers, I mean, hey, blood of a love god blessing a minister's blade, it sounds like that's fine.
She's gonna cut her hand, and she's gonna see what happens, considering this is gonna change this knife. It's not
You
question.
cut your hand, the blood starts to glow. Nick takes it and cuts his hand as he's another witness. The moment he does that, the entire blade just kind of almost lets off a flash of light, like a flashbang grenade just went off. Notably, the gold inlay that kind of runs through the handle and then through the bone element of the blade has shifted to rose gold. And where you and Nick decided to cut, now that side of the blade kind of spread out like a blood splash across its surface is now just this glowing pink glass.
Dude.
That seems perfectly suffused in with the rest of the bone, which also notably in your hand, it's not your hand thrumming with a heartbeat from the pain, though that is present. There is an actual heartbeat in the blade itself, in the handle construction and everything.
Well, the handle's alive. She hands them the knife. She's like, told you it'd do weird stuff.
By the way, this is considered a ceremonial dagger that is now enchanted with the ability to cast the spell Ceremony, which can also include the function of matrimony and marriage. With that, because it was technically enchanted by your and Nick's divine influence, you have the ability to name this officially, and that is what it will be referenced as should anyone in the future identify this blade, should it be no longer in the hands of these shamans.
I think it should be called Heart's Wool.
Heart's Wool.
Why wool? Why wool? It's a blade.
Banogs have wool. They walk across the Banogs. Banogs live on wool. Their entire body is living on the Banogs.
Piper does have one request for the shaman, since they did say, what can we offer you? No more forced marriages.
Ugh. You should be able
They're
to
to be
figure out.
abolished.
We can enforce that easily enough from our Banog and from those that we trade with. As far as the others in Banagal.
One at a time, that's all it takes. Piper now has a personal side quest.
Okay. Heart's Wool, ceremonial blade of matrimony. It is a +1 dagger that can cast ceremony.
So, looks over at Nick. We have one more set of delegates that are showing up. And this is another matrimonial set of delegates. I don't know how much I'm going to take.
I swear to God, if one of them
As
offers
the
suitors
door
to you, it's
gets slammed open, it was a set of marriage delegates, says this almost cocky-looking young human in his, early 20s. That was the plan. And then a war started on our border.
Oh.
So all due respect, I think we gotta figure some shit out. There were 5 of us. They decided to attend to military meetings. I'm the only one left. I was the one that was supposed to be a suitor, and now I've got a scroll that I gotta read to you to figure this out. This is gonna be great.
Hyper just ready to tell them where to shove their suitors if they were offering it to Angel.
No, I got this.
I'm within your range of age. I don't know if I was supposed to go to you or one of your kids. I don't know the deal. There's a war going on right now. Sorry.
I can make this really easy for her. She takes his hand. Where does this string go so I can get this over with and my brain can stop thinking?
You immediately look and it's going
Go
7
take a
different
spot.
places.
Oh no.
This is a kid who likes to sleep
That was
around, who
playable.
clearly was probably given this role to try and force him to settle down.
We're gonna have to make a decision before we actually do this, buddy.
Sorry, yeah. Township delegation of Wildridge. We are now right on the border of a mess. So, we're only a township.
I'm talking about your penis.
What about it?
You need to make a decision on where it goes.
Hold on. It was so funny.
I can
Dusty
immediately
walks
think
in-
of 3 options.
Hold on. Dusty walks in right as you said, I'm talking about your penis, and just walks right back out.
I can immediately think of 3 options, or 5 as he turns his head toward Nick, and you can see 2 strands starting to grow and wanting to point at both of you, but almost hovering out of hesitation.
Who does he worship?
will tell you
What am I working with here?
Actively,
Uh-huh.
you see no influence over his shoulder.
Oh.
Which is not to say that he refuses to worship, but maybe that he just hasn't made the choice. He hasn't picked anybody.
Can you at least not do that in here?
So she's gonna take her hand and she's gonna put her hand on his arm. I'm gonna trace his love line and see if any of the kids are bound to this person somewhere.
Not a
else
one of
level.
them. Not a one of them.
Okay. You're free to go.
Jesus.
You get a flash of at least a possibility, and it's a possibility that you can change. But you get a flash of this man dying alone in a ditch. You don't get death images very often.
Oh, your life is so sad, sir. He
What do you
says it
mean?
out loud.
What do you mean?
You're gonna die alone in a ditch if you keep the way you're doing right now.
What do you mean?
Your love line is so sad. You don't end up with anybody, and you end up alone in a ditch.
That's presumptuous. The moment
And-
you say that, you can see the 7 lines that he has linked out literally shake.
No, literally, that's the whole point, because you can't pick on one person.
Or
You
even
end up
just
dying
narrow
alone.
it down.
I want to know, as a virgining god, I usually don't get visuals very often when I touch somebody's love line. But you end up dead alone in a ditch.
I trust her. I'm married to my love line.
She's like, Nick, you gotta see this. You gotta see this. She puts his hand over at Nick. You gotta see this.
Dude, you gotta see this shit.
You get a second flash, and then it's an expansion on that image. There is an arrow that is pierced through his back, protruded out of his chest. He's wearing chainmail under his common shirt. There is a broken sword a few feet away from him. Blood pouring from his mouth. He doesn't look much older than he is now.
Piper's just gonna look at the face that Angel's making. Do we need to wrap him in, what's it Griffin called? Bubble wrap? Do we need to wrap him in bubble wrap?
So, you said Ridgecrest is at war with what?
Wildridge. We are right on the border of 𝕲𝖊𝖓.
If you go back, you're not going to make it out alive.
That vision is still going when you say this. And a lizard folk soldier of some variety walks over, picks him up by the back of his shirt, still spurting blood, still barely alive. Immediately, the lizard folk looks like they're leaning down for a kiss toward him, only for you to realize he's getting his throat bitten out.
She's going to share this mental image with him.
Do we need to take him to the spa with us? Piper's just looking all concerned because she doesn't see this shit, but she's like, oh, do we need to take him to the spa?
She's looking over at Piper. I'll explain it in a minute.
What is that? There's something sticky in the corner of my laptop.
Hey, buddy. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Marijuana bean? At the end of one of her scalpels.
No thanks.
Marijuana bean?
His bravado is dead.
Nick, will you open the scroll and read it for me, please?
Which scroll?
She takes the scroll that the man was supposed to have me read and basically hands it over to him.
It is a request for militant reinforcement. It mentions in this scroll this is one of 7 that have been produced. There are the other members of the delegation originally slated to go and meet and visit 𝕲𝖊𝖓 Mochizuki have now split off to a few other countries, including just the Steel Spire, to try and get reinforcements in the town of Wildridge.
She whispers over to Tatsu, I want you to take Paul. I need you to take him to Wildridge now. And be back by this afternoon. I need you to take 2 of the great worms, and I need you to push them back. Just for the evening.
You catch that flash of a visual again. You don't see Paul, you don't see any of your children in the town of Wildridge. But you see a steel dragon flying overhead. And immediately blasting down. Poisoned breath onto countless lizard folk and slavers below.
I need you to go and bring me back a slaver. Alive. Either that or you send somebody to do it.
That vision continues, and you can see a legion of steel-clad soldiers in full armistice formation, marching forward to that border. Mere moments after this boy got his throat bitten out.
So, like, to help Wildridge or to not?
To help.
Okay.
The day he dies is the day
right.
reinforcements arrive. Just a few moments too late for him.
I can't let that happen, though. He's a bright young lad, but I don't know if his life is going to change at all.
Is she saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Do you need to take him to the spa?
Piper, you're not sure when this happened, because your perception is always so very strong. Royard is to your left. 𝕲𝖊𝖓 is behind you. And brain just turned off for the name for the goddess of chance.
Alara.
That's
Alara, thank you. Alara is to your right.
Piper's just gonna jump and go, fuck, would y'all get here?
We're always here.
They're always here. I
Don't
don't know
jump
what it
scare me like that. I have knives for hands.
She looks over at the dragons, and like the first thing that they can all hear from her head is, and she cuts herself off from the boy. I don't know if I should send him back or not.
Are you keen on changing him? This is Alara speaking first. To what end would you change his
You
fate?
need
That
help.
is 𝕲𝖊𝖓 speaking.
Life, living, breathing,
He's a boy.
being the one to pick up the house of cards that falls after they come back and save him.
I mean, he's also just a boy.
Boys
He's
die in
my
war all the
baby.
time, says Royard, the god of fate.
You want me to tell that
Piper
to your
just
wife?
Piper just looks at him like,
This is the first time
He
you've
is here present
ever heard.
with the other two, which
And this
implies
is the first time she. This is important. This is a crux. She's like, would you like me to tell it to your wife?
Would you like to change?
This is a big. I can't fight two fronts, and I know that.
Gods, as part of their role in the cosmos, intervene in fate when called upon by a righteous enough worshiper. Or are you intervening in this boy's fate?
Piper just with the bird face just going,
The god of fate is asking her that question directly.
I'm going to let it happen, but I have something in mind for the end of it.
Piper just looks at her.
Let it happen? What do you mean, let it happen?
That's not like it.
If you believe in me, she pulls out the holy water of her own house. You will come back. I'll find you. I will hear you. We pray that you whisper on the battlefield as you die. I will find you. But if you believe in me and it, I will bring you home.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage, because you were trying to persuade him to go ahead and die.
Real quick, Piper is also going to pull off one of those 4 fucking mushrooms that are still left, the ones that resurrect you, and give it to him. Also shove this in your mouth.
If he can remember to do that.
Not right now! Just if you're about to die.
It's a 17 plus whatever.
Plus all of your crazy modifiers. Okay.
It's technically 25 right now, considering I I lowered one score so I could have another score during this specific episode.
You catch a twinge of desperation, confusion, and estranged devotion from this boy, just as what he's witnessing is, in this exact moment, muddling his fate. You are immediately seeing through See Beyond the Veil 4 lines shoot out from him for connection. One, first of all, to 𝕱𝖓, the god of fate, as he is apparently fated to die. The next to 𝕲𝖊𝖓, who would collect him when he does. Then to Alara, who might change those chances. And finally to you. And Nick.
If you do what I ask you, and she's going to do it, this is the biggest human thing that she's going to say. If you do what I ask you. Because the Steel House will send aid. Eventually. I'm not quite sure when. She's not going to give him the answer of when it is. She's not going to give him the full vision of when they came over the ridge.
Because that would be a disappointing thing to find out.
No, because that will be the joyous part. Waking to somebody else being there to lift him up. She doesn't want to give him too much hope. She doesn't want to take it away either. This guy needs something to grasp onto. He has nothing. He's basically screwing 7 girls at the same time.
Or men.
The moment that link to Alara fully forms among the 4, that vision of his future completely dissipates, because now chance has been introduced.
If you decide to trust me right now. She lets that boy see what her and Nicodemus are as one person through her mind. If you trust me, and she shows every child that she's ever brought back on the battlefield, I will come to you. Nick and I will come to you.
Notably for a few more details about this boy. Especially as that link kind of gets established, he looks like he's in his early 20s, right? He's 18. His name is Quinn Cartwright.
Piper just...
Quinn.
Here's a resurrection mushroom.
Hold on. Quinn, do you believe in miracles?
I believe in miracles.
I better.
I need you to look at my face. Do you believe in miracles?
There are tears of confusion in his eyes. And he nods. You're not really sure if he believes it. Piper, you immediately read he's not sure if he believes it. What he's witnessing right now is confusing him on so many levels.
She does something that... I know. She pulls out one of the baby dragons, one of the love dragons. The ones that's really small that's just refusing to grow bigger than it is.
Oh, did I mention his height? He's 5'4". He's a short king.
He's a short king.
Hell yeah! We love a short king!
I mean, he married one. So yes.
I mean, Dusty's like taller than me by an inch. He's like 5'7". That's not a short king. Oh, excuse me. He's 5'8".
Okay.
Maybe with shoes.
𝕱𝖓 said it doesn't start with a 6, therefore short.
Yeah, no, he's tall.
That's stupid, because 6 is not even the average height. Like, 5'10" is about average height, I think. Wait, let me see what average height is. Hold on.
Amber. No hyperfixation. We're focusing on the moment. She's gonna take out one of the baby love dragons and she's gonna put it in his hand. Do you believe in miracles?
Yes.
Can you trust me?
Yes.
Then I want you to trust as she builds a thread of, like, it's not a thread of love, it's a thread of compassion. I will find my way to you across the battlefield. But if I do this for you, you have to pick one love. Just one. And you have to quit treating love like it's currency.
That's lust, not love.
But that's how he's treating it.
He nods. I have to go.
And I'm going to tell you something. If you believe this,
Wait.
it'll be the truest love you will ever have. No dissatisfaction. They will meet you halfway. They will find you through all darkness. And they will walk at your side. And the orgasms will be immense, just letting you know, considering what we are.
I don't know that I needed to know that.
Love Dragon.
Real quick, Piper's going to just take the resurrection mushroom she's been carefully holding between two scalpel fingers and just kind of slowly slide it into his pocket. Take that when you feel like you're dying. Trust me, you'll know when you feel like you're dying.
Okay.
Should help you stay on this. It'll help you stay on this side of the planet, or on this side of the realms while, you know, your god has to appear to you.
Okay.
I will send with you right now. She looks over at Nick. Falling behind you in about 20 to 30 paces. I would say you have to give me half a day. But I will bring reinforcements of food and water.
Okay.
And Mantis.
I have to go.
You do have to go.
One thing
What she does.
Piper, you immediately read from him in terms of his reaction to seeing that vision. It's not a fear and an urge to run from it, but it's almost like a somber resolve of, like, I know I was going to be there, and that's not going to change.
What she does in this part is she also does something else. She takes a scale from like one of the ones that she has on her arm. She puts it in his hand.
A
I want you
shedding
to carry it with you.
There we go. I need a new table.
Okay. He turns about, and with an intensity in his stride, he leaves. At least we can send off those reinforcements with a few signatures and some paper.
Not just that, we'll send food and water. The other thing we need to do is we'll end up on the battlefield, considering I just tied us to it.
Not
considering
today.
we just watched what Tatsu did, we're gonna practice that.
We got to practice that. We're not ending up on the battlefield today or tomorrow or We are taking a breather, like Griffin said. Right now, we're going to act as warlords.
When he
Remember,
falls,
like-
I will be there.
When he falls, we will.
That's right. I promise.
Can I get that table?
The moment he vanishes from sight, you sense that resolve strengthen into something potent inside of it. That oath, that promise to be there, to find something to cling to, is seeding itself into something stronger, even in just the few seconds that he's disappeared beyond sight, beyond those doors. He has taken a level in Paladin. And when he reaches level 3, it will be Oath of Devotion.
She looks over at Nicodemus. What's up, Amo?
Medication.
You wanna give me a hug? You're gonna have to give me a hug quick, because it's my turn.
Wait, I'm going to see the ceremony for the closing of the event.
No, you're gonna give me a hug, because it's my turn. All right?
Okay.
And then I'm going to go take a shower. All right. Go to. Yes, my turn. So, she looks over at Nick, and she looks over at the group, and she's... All right, let's go and get in some hot water before I scream, because people are trying to make me do war things.
Yeah, let's do that.
She looks over at all of the gods. You are welcome to join us, but I need to be away from the battlefield for longer than 5 minutes.
The three of them look. We are not going to join you. We are going to prevent the necessity for an intervention upon that boy's fate. As they both hold their hands out, and all three of them supply him divine blessings to aid in his survival in that fight. Divine fate, divine chance, and divine warding from death.
And a resurrection mushroom and holy water. Let's go!
I should have sent him with a holy bomb. Would have been smarter.
Which holy bomb?
Has
The
he gone
topical
far?
skin ointment or the explosive?
Hmm?
Explosive.
The
More than
explosive,
likely
the
the
one that's
explosive.
made of say water.
How far is he from us?
Is pretty far.
Not far, he only just walked out the door, but...
Give me a bomb! I'll go give it to him! Give me!
Flash of image, he dies right outside the door as he explodes.
She takes one of the holy water bombs, and it's set up to where it goes off when it hits another, like a long living target. It has to be far away. One of those. It's one of those far away bomb things.
You hand
It's a
him the
throw
Monty
bomb.
Python holy hand grenade, I get it.
Piper grabs it and just like, wait! Wait, human whose name I did not find out. Wait.
It's Quinn.
Oh, okay. Quinn, here's a holy bomb. Don't throw it at anything you don't want to kill. If you want to kill it, throw it at it.
Okay.
Big boom.
Which,
Keep
notably,
at
Piper,
me!
in chasing after him, you now catch, especially in like his rush and his disheveledness, some of his cloak has fallen off, and you are catching sort of smaller stitching and indications of knightly iconography, which very clearly also adds further precedent to why that boy is rushing to the front. He's a squire.
I caught that part, Joe, but the whole point is that, like, for Angel, Joe,
Yeah.
this is her paladin.
Yep.
The whole problem is that
this is a little bit the frustration for her. So the problem is like for Angel and Nicodemus, she's like, she looks over at Nick. I am going to enjoy the water. She like takes everybody over to the water. She's like, and now we're in the hot water and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And she basically pulls out some weed. She's like, okay, we're going to take a minute.
And now we breathe, and now we smoke. And that is where also we are going to take a break.
Okay.
Because we're 2 hours past the normal point, and I didn't realize.
I don't, Joe, you were supposed to bring up Ward. Why?
Okay. I didn't. I brought up one of the delegations, because the delegations, especially for that area, suddenly the war broke out. They were going to have to deal with that. So he brought you that scroll, had to run off.
Still a high tension area.
Sorry.
For the
Even the gods have reiterated, we are going to reinforce everything we can for that boy. Don't involve yourself right now. You have more shit you need to handle.
I get that.
Part of the reason.
Okay, Amber, if you tell Angel not to do something, what's gonna happen?
She gonna do it. It's like Markiplier. She's gonna give you the middle finger defense system and say, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway. Just like he did the entirety of the industry with Iron Lung.
Wilsoni pops up in that water opposite you. By all means, go to the war front right now. We totally... I totally have some battle plans ready for you.
No.
Oh, up until Wilsoni says something, then she's like, oh shit, no.
It's more because Wilsoni is literally something she can't touch.
The kid'll be fine. 3 gods, technically 4, have made sure of that.
A holy bomb, a resurrection mushroom. You'll be fine.
This is nice. It's really opening up my pores.
Sir, is this one of those spas where you have to be all natural?
Notably, there's no trailing of like water disruption around him. It's as if it's passing through his body.
I know. My question is this a place where we have to be all natural in the water?
You don't have to be, but it seems generally encouraged.
Yes.
Sir, avert your eyes. We're naked here. Oh, player one.
It's nothing I haven't seen before. Unlike the rest of even the gods, hey, I am upper existence, and I've even seen the gods naked. And you know what? I also know about this cosmic concept.
We're gonna take a break. We gotta go on break.
Yes. I got interrupted with that. We're going on BRB, everybody.
Vinestra.
Than I planned, but a headache started to poke into my brain. It's not fun.
Where is...
I lost track of time. How long did that BRB last?
No idea.
45 minutes.
Excuse me.
45 minutes.
What these up here?
Trying to figure out which color we want.
I was gonna ask Megan, do you want some yellow oak acrylic paint?
Sure. Right now I'm trying to figure out what kind of glaze I want. So you're gonna have to be patient. I gotta figure this out.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to know because now. Eat.
I'm sorry that I'm being a little.
You're fine with
trying
Pops.
to figure this out.
Fuck.
That's good.
Crochet stuff. Dice bag can go here. And now I must pee.
So do we want to pick up with Angel in the bathhouse in the sauna, or do we want to pick up with Avery or Venestra here?
You can go to Venestra if you want. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay, Joe?
Not fully, no. And I'm trying to push through it and push past it. That's why I grabbed my bottle of caffeine, which...
Joe, if you can't do it, don't do it. I don't want you down for another week. I'm worried about you. Do what you feel is best, okay?
I have to turn these lights off. They're fucking killing me. God damn it. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and cut session off prematurely here. Something I did not want to do. But that BRB lasted longer than I planned, and I am steadily starting to feel like shit. My ability to focus on forming a sentence is starting to die. So we're gonna raid we're gonna raid Fusca, because we might as well. We're gonna continue from this point in the storyline next week. I will get some questions answered that I've been getting messaged, hopefully. Thank you guys for being my players. Thank you guys, some of you, Megan in particular, for being my player now for 6 years, as is this the 6-year anniversary, and I didn't put as much into this session as I hoped I could have, because half of my body started to light itself on fire, which is just phenomenal.